Hello, Internet friends, and welcome to Quests in Cthulhu. Thank you so much for spending part of your geek end with us. We really appreciate it. We are all, once again, in undisclosed locations. Amy's giving you another view of the new studio. The light should be green. That's our Cthulhu color, you know.
I thought it was purple.
Hang on.
Isn't purple?
Yeah,
was it
it's
purple?
green. It's green for the creepy factor.
That's so cliche.
Well, duh.
Am I even changing anything?
Have you tried hitting it?
Did you try?
There we go.
Wow.
There we go.
Behind her back, no look. Yeah, it was. She's got the skills to pay the bills. We're so glad you're with us this time. It's going to be a fun episode. I think that we're going to start with a few quick announcements. The first one, as is tradition, beer. Enjoy a lovely Gordon beer beverage of your choice. The second one, of course, the patron saint. Well, no, the Baroness is the patron saint of Quests in Cthulhu, but the patron saint of me killing players is Birds of Paradise. These beautiful little babies right here.
I've got a few to help counteract that.
Me too.
We'll see if that helps.
The birds in today.
The official die of the Great Dane Society. I'm just going to say it. We're doing it. We have, apparently, Thomas is putting it in the chat, we have a discount code that you can use with Birds of Paradise, which would have been great to know last week when Rachel bought a bunch of Birds of Paradise. But we are happy to support Birds of Paradise. So use the code chaotic at your Birds of Paradise checkout, and you're going to get 15% off. And they are fine dice. They have done me well. They've done everybody here well. So another full week of I'm going to call it entertainment, edutainment. You won't if you're not careful.
It's neither.
From the Rick and Morty game. I watched some of that, and I really like Aaron's energy as a DM. I really like the way he runs a table and the way that he kind of manages the flow. I'm a fan. So if you get Monday, we're back for the Rick and Morty. It's a one shot, so it's probably going to be going on until we're back in the studio at some point. And so Monday, it's Rick and Morty. Tuesday, very exciting. What's better than Call of Cthulhu? It's Call of Cthulhu in space. Tom, give us the elevator pitch for this game.
This story takes place. Well, I'm taking the players from the Chaos Agents. They all have to give me new characters so that they can die. Ultimately, I'm sorry about that. I feel bad, Tiana, but this is how it goes. There are time in the future when we're all leaving the solar system and out into the unknown, and they're all passengers on a colony ship called Arc 105, and they are heading out to a brand new planet, and then we will see how that goes.
Is Bo playing a character named Ted?
He hasn't come up with a name yet.
Because if he is, just kill him first off, and then just hand him another character. Just kill Ted right away. That's my advice to you. So yeah, Tom will be running. Are you running 5th edition or are you running 7th?
I have no idea.
All right.
7th,
the rules don't matter.
It doesn't.
So Tom's going to be running Call of Cthulhu for the Chaos Agents on Tuesday. I'm super excited. I think it's going to be really cool.
The last time that happened, we all turned on each other and murdered each other brutally. So
yeah, I keep an eye on Warren is all I'm saying. That's
I love the energy. It's perfect.
He's a poopster, that one. That's what I'm saying.
He is.
Which as a GM you love. So Tuesday, again, it's going to be Cthulhu in space. Tom will be GMing. I'm super excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're back on Saturday, and then I guess tomorrow. This is something for you YouTube kids. Tomorrow tomorrow or Monday, sorry, we're gonna have up a video. We recently did a playthrough of an upcoming Kickstarter game, a board game, and Amy and Thomas and I got to demo with a preview copy of a game it's on Kickstarter right now. It has the ridiculously wonderful title, Houston, We Have a Dolphin. And it is it's a deduction game. Think werewolf, the resistance, that sort of thing. But it's intentionally designed for 3 to 5 players. So you can have a deduction game in a short period of time with a small group of people. It's great. Watch the video. You'll see all about it. Then go back it on Kickstarter. It's by the same people that made Soviet Kitchen Unleashed, which, as you know, is a game I really enjoy and a game that Thomas and Amy enjoy as well. I think that's it for announcements. There you go. So let's
Bitboard. Let's
my
do a
goodness.
Bitboard.
flip those numbers, Vanna.
All right, so players start with 4 since a lot of people gave us bits last time and we didn't go through all of them. So we at least hold over 4 because we hadn't gone anywhere yet. We were just on the boat. So 1,000 bits to the player from the Baroness.
Thank you.
I still
Yay.
love it.
Well, wait,
Favorite Twitch.
she also gave you 500, Ezra.
See, that's the thing.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Tamago Tora, I'm not too sure where to put this. 500 for the Duchess.
Oh,
She's on our side. We call dibs.
I'll make it note that the Duchess has 1 inspiration.
Yeah,
Fair.
so the Duchess has 1 inspiration, and then also the players have 1 inspiration because of fire. Thank you.
Because
Thank
There
you
will
very much.
always be fire.
Wait.
There's Emma around.
Yep, exactly. Then LD Brat 1, 1,000 to the players. Thank you.
Thank you.
Insert
And
Elder Bar's
500,
joke that I
500 to Ezra, who needs no assistance.
Not really, no.
No.
He has
Nope.
Birds of Paradise on his side.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I have Elder Brat on my side.
Clearly.
Oh, you've got more people than that, and it's making me sad. So here's the thing. Our favorite Twitch user, Squirrel on the Run, 500. But before you start yelling, before you start yelling, Squirrel on the Run also gave Ezra 500. So it's really just coming back into the...
You know, in
What
fairness,
world-
California is a common law state, so I do get half of that.
So essentially, it's 1,000 bits from Squirrel on the Run, 500 to the players, 500 back to Ezra's house.
He has to keep me in a lifestyle to which I am accustomed.
And that's called killing players. And then Slightly Top gave 500 to the players. Thank you.
Yay!
On our side this time.
Yep. And then I'm not too sure, J Matthews 85, 1,000 to Thomas for his Tuesday game. So I'm assuming that's
this
us.
is like proactive bits.
That's us,
Ooh.
I think.
No, that's him. That's for
Yeah, that goes into the future. That's for him
We
killing
already-
players in his game.
But since we are Americans, we could probably borrow against this future, right?
Yes.
If we need to.
Only if it will bankrupt you later.
Exactly.
Probably.
Only if our children will be paying for it later.
We're morally bankrupt anyway. We might as well roll with it.
All right. And then apparently there's still more. Oh my goodness. Did I accidentally scroll improperly? So again, the Baroness comes again. I don't know. Baroness, you're just what? 500 bits. This is for the, what did I do? Thomas, what did I do wrong? It says 1,000 to Ezra and 500 to the players.
I just want to watch Amy do math. This should be our stream.
This is it. We'll be like this.
All right. So then 500 to the players. And then the Baroness is doing more stuff.
My
What is
goodness.
that 500? What is that 500 for? There's 500 more going somewhere.
What's going on?
I don't know. It's a bitsplosion.
A bit explosion. I
wanna-
love it.
Oh, it was
I don't
15.
want to bit-splain here, but the Baroness then reversed her previous thing, and so she gave 1,000 to me and 500 to the players, so it was a second 1,500.
Yeah. Yes, of which we've got. I also missed 1,000. J Matthews, because nothing bad will happen, right?
Everything's fine.
This is a problem. So then, Thomas, where does this last 500 from the Baroness go? I'm thoroughly lost.
She said to the players.
Okay, let's just go there.
But you know
How
what?
many do we have?
I love her anyway.
Like 11.
I will
Thomas
not
will do a count. Hang on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Welcome
7,
to Amy Does Math, a stream.
10. So it's 9 plus 9 plus our original 4 plus my battleship, my homebound battleship woman.
What?
The Duchess doesn't. The Duchess's doesn't go to you.
Yeah, that's a separate Duchess pool. Everyone knows there's a separate Duchess pool.
We'll just use her as a flotation device when the ship inevitably sinks.
Yep. Okay, so hang on a second. 1. How many did you say, Thomas, total?
20 total.
The players.
Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. I have 21. I say good enough.
Cool.
You can all go with the Duchess. I'm gonna part with Tidwell to whatever pocket dimension he travels off to escape.
No, so that 21 went the wrong way. All right. You know what? I'm not gonna get a job in Vegas. That's all I gotta say.
What would you do with that job? You already have one.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't know. Yeah, I've got enough jobs. Thanks. All right.
I just want to continue watching Amy do math.
So what we have 12.
Whiteboard. How about some long division next?
Right now.
I'm giving myself one more because I feel like we cheated ourselves.
Okay, I agree.
I feel like my math is so bad that I just need to give us one more just in case.
That's probably fair. That is exactly fair.
We'll just start singing one more bit.
I think we should start off with 5.
Another bit, another destiny.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to the players, 1 to my flotation device home, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to Ezra. What?
Okay, so we have 13. Cool.
Lucky 13.
Let's burn through that.
It's almost like that was the number I said. Not to bitsplain. I don't want to bitsplain.
I'm going to get out of the way of this explosion.
Yeah, bitsplosion.
So the the Baroness gave us bits, and it's been a minute, so I think we should do a GI Joe moment.
Absolutely.
The GI Joe moment is, Amy, I want you to ask Thomas if he's gotten those GI Joe toys out of his attic.
I'm seeing a head shaking. Yes.
I want a hiss tank in the studio.
Oh, that's at my brother's house.
That's at his brother's house.
I'd settle for, oh God, what was the
action figure?
Thomas got the action figures. Apparently his brother got all of the other things, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Vehicles.
That's a rotten deal.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, that is. Although, man, GI Joe action figures were great. Swivel arm battle grip, baby. So that was.
Yeah, I just have 500 more for Belly Brat.
Okay, apparently 500 more for Beldy Brat. Sorry.
There you go. Yeah, no, the shtick of the GI Joe action figure. The reason the GI Joe action figures were so great was that they could actually swivel at the elbow, unlike Star Wars figures that walk and at the knee, actually, although not as articulated. And if you ever took apart a GI, I think anybody that had GI Joes unscrewed that screw on the back and then swapped heads and the whole groups and
so and everything, those are super modular.
Give Major Blood's robot arm to all of the cool characters and get rid of him. But you could create your own sort of characters, and I might have told this story before, but my brother and I created a pro wrestling game using only GI Joe figures, and we had rankings, and it was incredible. We used the combat system from the Top Secret role-playing game, and then we had this whole we had rankings for tag team. It was that was a youth. Not a lot of dates in our youth is all I'm saying. So we find ourselves in the middle of the South China Sea on the Imperial Japanese destroyer, the Shimakaze. It is you have been on this boat for several hours. There was a bit of a kerfluffle when the Duchess and a man named Rupert were brought on board the ship. They were found in a dinghy in the middle of the South China Sea. All of you except Gorilla Flint, are in essentially a galley that they have cleared out and made into an ersatz bedroom for you. The Duchess is lying unconscious on one of the beds. Rupert is sort of as far away from the Duchess as he can be, sitting in a chair. all of you are in that room. This boat, we didn't really talk about the boat last time when you got on. This boat is stuffed to the gills. It has the full crew complement, as well as probably 50, you think 50 Marines. So there are 55 extra people and 1 extra gorilla taking up space on this ship. There is nowhere on this boat that doesn't have people in it. There's nowhere on this boat that is not crowded. There are people, there are bunks, there are cots, and there are hammocks just anywhere you can see. And the boat itself, again, the only person on this boat, the only crew that you found on this boat that speaks English is Commander Taro, who is usually on the bridge talking with the captain. So yeah, you're in your little stateroom, and let's see, who do we have? Emma and Joan. You are the only two that have worn the headdress amongst the usual suspects.
Mhm.
Both of you make me POW rolls.
Come on, Birds of Paradise. Oof, nope.
Hard.
Hard success for Joan.
Yes.
Fire
All right,
that.
so Joan,
Fire.
you have a weird tingly feeling for a
Can
minute.
we
Fire
that?
Flint.
Do we want to?
I think we inspire that. 'cause-
Anything headdress. We want to inspire. We do not
Yeah.
want.
Okay.
But
There we go. I'm going to trade out these Birds of Paradise for these Birds of Paradise. Let's see what
Okay.
happens.
Birds on
It's almost same number, 73 again. So it's another failure.
Was that an Amy?
No,
That was a Nick.
it was.
It's
Yeah, it was
Nick.
pretty much a Nick.
yeah, the same.
We have to add a new column to the. All right, so
right.
so Joan, you have a weird tingly feeling, but it passes pretty quickly. Emma, you swear that you hear Silvano's voice, very breathy, sounds super far away. There's kind of a weird echoey tinge to it,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear Silvano say, "God, I hate that woman." And as soon as he says that, the Duchess sits straight up in bed, in the bed that she was on. Whoa! Where am I?
I value my hearing. It's one of the only senses I have left.
Duchess, you're awake.
Who are you and how do you know my name?
He's all yours, John.
Thank you.
Wait a minute! You're the one that I beat fencing!
It's amazing the things that she can
I
remember.
was gonna say, yes, we did have a fencing match.
Whatever happened to your friends? Were they in the ship that sank as well?
Well, there's been a lot happening since we saw you last. We want to know what happened to you and how did you get here?
Oh, it was terrible! The ship, we were taking a, Bertram and I were taking a cruise to Macau, and the ship was beset and sank, and it was only that horrible gentleman over there, she points at Rupert, who dragged me into a boat, a lifeboat. I was trying to save my beloved Bertram, but that rapscallion would have none of it.
Well, he was able to save you, so we'll have to thank him later.
Emma, make me a POW roll.
Okay. While I'm doing this, I ask her, so Bertram, it's pretty much a Nick again. These dice can only roll 73. That is the only number that, so if I need...
So you're, what question do you want to ask the Baroness?
So I'm trying, if I'm having some issues, I'm just sort of like, so where's Bertram?
So you come up to the Baroness and you ask where's Bertram, and she starts
and I'm kind of like,
answer, and you stick your fingers in her mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, Silvano lives on.
And she goes, "Woo!"
I pull them out. So it's a new medical technique.
And Rupert
I said bolt upright at this and watch.
Rupert is like clapping.
Ugh. I'm like wiping it in like a bed sheet. That
because when your fingers come out, there's like mucus or something on them.
Ugh.
And you swear you hear that same Silvano's voice, distant, echoey, saying, "She deserves it."
I need to get some air. I've got to go upstairs. I'm assuming outside is upstairs, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you are at like the lower decks.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say, I try to calm her down. It's like,
all right. Yeah, the Duchess is like out of it. Rupert is laughing, like knee slapping, laughing, going, "That's how you shut her up."
So what's your story, Rupert?
I've been stuck on a boat for 3 days with that.
Why did you bother saving her if you didn't know her or didn't care about her?
Those pearls tell me that she's got money.
Is it worth it? Was it really worth it?
At the time, maybe. But maybe not. The Baroness, oh gosh.
That's the third time you've done that!
No fair. There's too many S's. But the Duchess.
She's going to come find you and smack you.
The Duchess bolts from her bed and goes to the sink of this galley and just vomits.
Ugh.
There's some ASMR for you. She vomits, and then she like comes back and she's dabbing a handkerchief at her mouth.
Yes.
And she says, how dare she put her fingers into my mouth? It's very unsanitary.
You were in the middle of an ocean for 3 days. I can't imagine you're terribly sanitary at the moment.
Oh, well.
And?
What is this? Why does no one here speak English?
It's a Japanese boat.
A Japanese boat?
Would you rather take your chances with the dinghy again?
Where are we going?
Little island.
When can they drop me off?
Well, when we finished what we're doing, we're going to go back to Shanghai, and then I'm sure you can find someone to bully into doing what you want them to do.
Shanghai is an awful city.
But it's a place that isn't in the middle of the ocean where you'll die of dehydration.
She lays back down. I don't feel well.
You should rest.
Yeah, just rest. I want to talk to this Rupert character a little bit more.
Yeah.
We've encountered her before. I'm sorry. So
you've encountered her before?
Multiple times.
Times?
No, she likes to go on cruises. All over the place. So chances are you get on a cruise, she's there. You were right about the money. Did she promise you anything? Did you?
I mean, look. He lowers his voice.
Yeah.
I already got, those pearls are her backup pearls. I already got the good ones. Told her they fell overboard. She wanted to bring a steamer trunk on the dinghy.
Of course she did. Swear. Yeah. So, but So before,
So why are you on a Japanese warship?
we got we got stuff to do. So they said they'd give us a ride. How about you? What were you up to on that ship?
Hold on, I'm making a psychology roll. Hold on, I'm missing a psychology roll.
You want to inspire that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make a buck. I was headed to Macau because there's a lot of opportunities there for enterprising young men.
Oh, we understand about enterprise. So I won't say anything about the pearls, okay?
I appreciate it.
But you got to help us keep her out of the way, though.
Can we put her overboard?
I don't think they'll let us.
As you say, I don't think they'll let us. Everybody try and make a listen roll.
Would I be making a listen roll from the upper deck?
Would I?
Sure. You have an advantage.
Doesn't matter.
Die. Flint, you have an advantage.
Doesn't matter.
Those gorillas.
Oh yeah, and Emma, you have an advantage die.
Okay, good, because I rolled a 76 again, so I'm not too sure what.
Change your dice out.
Oh yeah, I just made it.
And hard success.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count if I have advantage, right?
Right.
Yeah, advantage will nullify a fumble.
So I do make it with a 76, but
Hard.
these dice go away.
I got a hard success with 35.
Donald's
no.
asleep, so he's on.
I just made it, but just.
All right. Someone just made the very unfortunate mistake of asking me to speak up.
Probably because I'm overwhelming you a little bit with my voice, which is weird because my microphone is actually further away from me than usual.
I'll just move my microphone a little closer.
Ah.
And I'll speak up a little from the diaphragm. Sorry, Tony.
Yeah, use that theater training.
You anybody who made the roll, who was below decks,
Yes.
you hear a noise. It sounds like, this is ridiculous, but it sounds like a small child running the length of the boat outside on the bottom of the boat. So there's a noise all the way from the front to the end of the boat that you hear.
On the bottom of the boat?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll explain it to whoever's awake and didn't hear it.
So essentially, think of the bottom of the ship, a child that runs along the bottom of the boat upside down underwater.
I
do
would
that.
recognize what that is.
That's what I heard. That's what
All
I
right.
heard. I heard that.
If you are above decks,
I heard that too.
you hear a horrible grinding noise. And you hear like there's a just a like grinding metal and something grinding to a halt. And then everybody will notice the boat shudders.
Oh, I have a horrible idea.
Those of you who are on the deck, there is immediate concern among the sailors, and someone steps out of the bridge and starts yelling in Japanese at the sailors on the deck, and they start running around, seeming to run towards the back of the ship.
Can I start looking for a significant length of rope and start
Sure.
shouting for Joan?
Joan is down.
That's why I'm
below decks.
shouting.
You see Emma, and yes, there is like for you, like there like big rope that is like used to tie the ship to the docks. You can easily pick up and use as normal rope.
All right.
Okay.
And I'll run to.
Do I
No, I'm going to run down. If you yell to me, I'll run downstairs and I'm getting everybody because we're getting off this boat.
So Emma's going to head down.
Yeah.
We're getting off this boat.
We're getting off this boat. I might as well get the Duchess and just a paddle and we just got to go, people.
All right, so you're heading down there. Joan, you heard that noise and then the boat shudders. So everybody down there, except the Duchess, who is laying on the bunk, seemingly asleep.
Does that
What does that mean?
Does that include the translator who is on board with us?
Oh yeah, your translator is in this room as well.
Okay. Because he couldn't hear the yelling or anything like that. Okay. I'm going to go up and see what's going on, guys. You guys stay and watch them, please.
All right, fine. I'll stay.
Thank you.
So Donald's staying. Alexandra?
Staying.
All right. So Joan, you'll run into Emma as she's coming down. Flint, what are you doing? So there are about a dozen sailors have now run to the back of the boat. You can see straight to the back of the boat from where you are.
I'm
looking over the rear of the ship.
I'm tying the rope around me, and I'm wherever the entrance where Joan would come up. I'm waiting for her.
Okay. All right. Yeah, you have tied this massive rope around you. So Joan and Emma, you run into each other on the stairs.
Yep. Joan, Flint's looking for you. I'm going to get everybody else. Let's get out of here.
Well, somebody's got to watch the people downstairs.
No, we're leaving.
We can't leave. I'm going to go help Flint.
The boat has stopped. We're sitting ducks. We got to get out of here.
All right, I'm going to go help Flint.
Okay. So basically,
yeah.
Keep going.
Right. I didn't make my persuade check.
At this point, Joan and Emma.
Yeah, what? I'm sorry.
You both hear the voice in your heads of Sir Aubrey Penhew. And he says, "Did you think I didn't know you were coming?"
I think of every Jersey epithet I can think.
He clucked. So vulgar. Listen, I don't want to kill you. I just want to delay you. So I would suggest that in about 20 minutes, you look off the left side of the ship.
Okay.
And then I'll look for you in the island tomorrow. We're waiting. All of us. It's very hard to laugh evilly disembodied, but just work with me here. And about that little gift that you sent me. I don't know what you did, but you're going to pay for that.
You're paying already.
And then he's gone.
All right.
And you're both aware that the other heard that.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the end of the stairs, basally looking at each other.
Yeah.
Just like, did Emma hear all the colorful language as well?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes. I'm in my head. I'll be like, I second that.
Yeah, missed one.
Oh, nice. You two down in the thing, you hear the Duchess moan.
She's sick. She can't be seasick. She's been on boats for her entire god bloody life. But what's wrong with her?
I'm gonna go over, and if I think she's still sleeping, just like very carefully lower my wrist to just above her forehead, not touching her exactly, but getting close enough to see if I can feel heat radiating off of her if there's a fever or something.
There is a burning heat radiating off of her.
What do you think it is?
She has some sort of fever, I think.
At that point, she like dry heaves.
Back up a step.
And she's like, and her eyes come open, and her eyes are milky white. And she vomits out an egg.
Oh no.
Like a normal sized egg, or how big?
Yeah, it's the size of a regular egg. It is slimy and kind of translucent, and it just goes plop into her décolletage, and then she's back down unconscious.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket and pull out a handkerchief and like very carefully reach into her décolletage to try and pull that out without touching it with my skin.
I really want to title the next episode "Very Carefully Reach into Her Décolletage." Who knows what we'd show up on Yahoo?
Follow your heart.
I want to get a bucket or some sort of large, deep pan.
Yeah, you're in a galley, so that's easy to find.
I'll bring that over to Alexandra.
So do I need to roll anything to like fish it out, or am I able to find it?
Hold on, I'm trying to figure out how to spell décolletage.
Your heart.
So make me a spot hidden roll, Alexandra.
Spot hidden, you say? All right. 47 out of 63.
All right, yeah, you reach in there, and it is it's very warm. It's a little humid. It is not your favorite place in the world, but you come out with a small egg.
I'm
it's
like
still covered in like a little bit of slime.
When do I get to the scene? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, so as
what part do I see?
You open the door as Alexandra pulls her hand out of the Duchess's gown and is holding an egg.
Here's a bucket.
And just like carefully dump it into the pan and then look at it.
Okay, the egg is now in the bucket.
It's rich people. What are you gonna do?
Hi, Emma. She just threw this up.
Oh, spider egg. I go and try and shove my foot in the bucket and squish it.
Nice. All right.
Is that what it looks like? Like a spider egg or like a salmon egg type of thing?
No, it looks like an egg.
Gross.
To Emma, this is hotel fire number 3, essentially.
Excellent.
So yeah, Emma walks up, smacks the pan out of your hand, and just
put it down.
steps on it. And just she crunches on the egg, and as she crunches down, there's a little like
Take that, Penhew.
noise.
Or Stanford, or whatever your name is.
And the three of you, when she does that, can make me a.
That's how Silvano was coming back.
Oh man!
As an egg.
Cool. What kind of a roll are we making, Ezra?
Make me an intelligence roll, all three of you.
Got it.
Were we gonna hatch baby Silvano?
Hard success.
So those of you that made the roll, as Emma like crunches down on that thing, in your head, you're like, didn't the Duchess throw up already once?
Oh, Silvano's on his way back.
Look for there might be another one. Where else did she throw up?
Sink.
Sink?
Look in the sink.
Yeah, she threw up.
You have a little thought that suggests.
Yeah. Yeah, I pick up the frying pan and I'm just looking around like, where's the next one?
Go peer into the sink.
All right, you peer into the sink and you see a broken eggshell next to the drain, and you see like slime that went down the drain.
Oh, love it. It's already on the boat.
Is that what we heard? That scrambling sound?
It could be.
I know I'm going to regret asking this. Does the Duchess's abdomen or stomach look distended at all? Like she has more than she usually does?
How would you tell?
There are still lumps, even.
I mean,
is it doing this? Is it fighting to get out?
I mean, are you? Are you? I don't even know how you
examine the woman.
That. I mean, she is distended by nature.
Well, right, but I'm used to the way that she's normally shaped. I've seen her a lot of times.
No, used to normal have no place in that sentence.
Make a medicine roll, right?
Yeah.
Medicine? You know what? I'll accept a medicine roll.
Pass. This is not Doyleson.
Yeah, it is. She doesn't seem any more
rotund,
corpulent than you in previous journeys.
Maybe we should throw her overboard just to be safe.
I mean, if there was something that was in that eggshell, it's too late.
But you just said she threw up another one. How many more do you think that are going to come out?
That's an excellent question.
As I'm like, I've got my frying pan by her face, just ready, just ready to swing.
If you smash her face in, I will pop you some champagne.
Oh, let me.
In D&D terms, I hold my action for an egg to pop out of her mouth before I release my action of hitting her with a frying pan.
Readying an action to smash.
You're not even trying to break the egg. You're just going to hit her.
Yeah, right. Just smack the whole situation.
Joan, you get up on deck and you see Flint standing there with a rope that's about this thick tied around his waist.
Can you cast that spell again? I'm going to go down.
Oh, the breathing spell.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
This is outstanding.
Okay, and let's move to the back.
Yeah.
All right, so there are a number of alarmed sailors at the back who are like even more alarmed when a gorilla with rope tied around its waist.
They're used to me by now.
And they will give you. They will clear out. They say some things that seem like warnings in Japanese to you.
Yeah. More important. Yeah. Is the water? Does it look like the blades are spinning right now?
It does not.
Then
Okay.
I'm going to look for a place to tie off that rope. So
yeah.
There is, the railing. There's a railing all the way around the ship that you can
Do it.
tie it off.
Awesome.
On. Yeah, you get that tied off. And Joan, you're going to cast the spell.
Yep.
All right, make me a POW roll.
I need inspiration.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, we can use 500 from the Muffin Mage for Gorilla Power, and then we'll use the 500 from Lonely Yeti 321. So we'll use that one.
All right.
Thank you, Muffin Mage and
All
Lonely
right, 312.
Yeti. Awesome. There were 311 other Lonely Yetis. They should all be together, and then they'd just be Yetis.
I got 54 out of 55.
Well, there you go.
Enough.
You're going to lose 6 magic points.
Okay.
And Flint, you can breathe water.
I'm going to put my hunting knife in my teeth, and I'm going to dive off the back of the boat.
All right. Those of you below decks will, for the rest of your days, regret the fact that you did not get to see a gorilla do a swan dive into the ocean off of a destroyer. It is something that these sailors will talk about in their short lives. So you dive beautifully into the ocean, and we'll get to you in a minute. Back down in the thing. When the boat shuttered, your translator had just started when Emma said we're getting off the boat, he just started to shovel all of his papers into a satchel. But now that people are kind of hanging around, he's sort of like, are we staying?
Oh yeah, sorry. The boat stopped. Flint's doing something weird with rope. He needs Joan. I don't know what's happening. I think it's time to get off this boat.
That's quite a sentence.
Which one? I don't know what's happening.
He needs Joan, but I don't know what's happening.
Some weird rope. He needs Joan.
Emma, where exactly do you think we can go? If we're not safe on a destroyer made of tons of metal, literally everywhere else is going to be death.
Is there something in the water, Emma?
I'm sure there is. I mean, something stopped this boat. I mean, we heard screeching and then the entire boat came to a stop. I suspect that wasn't the captain because he came running out yelling orders and everybody's just everybody's just running around upstairs right now or topside.
I'd rather not go into the water.
You're not telling them.
Something in there.
You're not
What?
there, Joan. You're not there, Joan.
Was it around when did we hear the grinding noises after the Duchess threw up?
Yes.
So it would be reasonable to assume that whatever she threw up is the reason for this after seeing the hatched egg in the sink.
I challenge your use of the word reasonable, but it's an assumption.
Cthulhu reasonable.
It's certainly plausible.
There we go.
What's the opposite of Occam's razor?
Cthulhu razor?
Occam's hammer?
Yeah.
Thor's hammer? Is it?
Thor's hammer. Grab Thor's hammer.
Occam's beard.
Occam, there we go.
Has it been 20 minutes yet?
No.
Since this is happening. Okay, I'm trying to keep track of time.
Well, I'd like to poke around at the squished object that was once an egg.
Okay.
Sense of what it might have been.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Make me a sanity roll.
Oh, fun times.
Better you than me.
That's a failure. 69.
All right. You're going to lose 2 sanity as in this egg is a tiny, now very crushed, apparently human skeleton.
Oh my Lord.
There's no body or anything. It's just a tiny little human skeleton.
Thank God it's not an adorable puppy. Because if I had to go down there and fight an adorable puppy, I'd lose. Or a kitten. Gorillas are weak against kittens. We all know it.
Yeah.
What is it, Donald?
It looks vaguely human. Vaguely. It can't be. It should bird a reptile, but it doesn't appear to be that. And I don't know what this is.
Do we need to just turn this boat around?
Honestly, I'm beginning to wonder very much the same.
We'll flash back up to the top, actually to the ocean. So Flint, you dive into the ocean. Normally, there would be a massive wake that would make it impossible to see. But the ocean is quite calm, and the reason is that it looks like the propeller of this massive ship has been gummed up with some sort of slime.
Okay. Do I see? I'm not going to touch it yet. Or you know what? I'll try and cut it with the knife. I'll try and get close to it. Do I see anything else though that could be?
Make a spot hidden roll with a disadvantage die.
With what?
With a disadvantage die.
I was already going to fumble it, so it's all good. That could have been much better if not for that. No.
Okay. You've got plenty of inspiration. You'll re-roll everything again.
I'm not re-rolling with disadvantage because that just invites fumbles.
All right.
This is my swim home money. Okay.
I thought that was your paddle home.
Either way.
You'd much rather paddle home than swim
Yep.
home.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't see anything around, and you come up and you put a knife into this thing, and it's like it's
I'm
like
not just, I'm not just like stabbing it in. I'm kind of like, if this is gummed up a propeller, I'm assuming it's very sticky. So I'm not just like sticking the knife in to lose my knife.
Let's be clear. This propeller is the size of you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is a massive propeller. So this is not like, you know, a little bit of this goop. This is, you know, cubic feet of whatever this is.
But all I'm saying is I'm not trying to just jam my knife in and cut it off. I'm testing what this goop is rather than.
So it seems to have a little bit of the consistency of silly putty, but slightly more malleable. So it's kind of like either it's thicker Jello. It's Jello where like your knife feels resistance when it like comes to it.
Okay. Can I try cutting a little bit at it just to see if it looks like it cuts?
It does, but there is definitely resistance.
All right.
The knife does not go in. It feels like it doesn't go in. You know, you've stabbed some people in your time. It's harder than stabbing a person.
Animals. I don't stab people. Whoa.
That's my job. That's me.
All right,
most dangerous game of all.
And shout to Joan to tell Taro to make sure the engines are off. And there's goop. I'm gonna try and cut it off.
You come back up, and the sailors are just like, "Whoa!" They're astounded by what's going on.
I can't do a bow in the water, but I feel very. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you ask Joan to go talk to Taro.
All right.
I'm
also keeping track of time.
Sure. You feel like about 5 minutes.
And I'll dive back down after that and start chipping away at it.
Okay. We're gonna go back into the downstairs there. About a minute after Donald is like talking about what's in that thing, the Duchess dry heaves again.
I'm gonna grab the pan and like hold it up to try and catch this.
Emma is in there.
Yeah, I've got the pan. You've got to make a strength take, get the pan away from me because I've readied an action to smack her in the face as soon as that thing hits her mouth.
Are you banging are you just gonna whap the Duchess face?
Yes, as soon as that ball of whatever comes out of her mouth, pink.
So I'll tell you now. I went into her cleavage, which means it goes more down than out.
So wait, are you waiting until it's out of her mouth to crush the egg, or are you like trying to make her like swallow it again, or what?
Whichever. I mean, in Emma's head, somehow, again, it's all very cinematic and in a theoretical sense that like it merges out, and it would be someplace in this space where I can be like, bam, and like crack it right on her face.
What's Emma's San?
I don't know, maybe 40.
How?
What do you mean?
She started much higher.
Yeah.
I
started at like almost 70.
So, yeah, you can.
So as soon as the egg hits her lips.
So I'm gonna make you an offer. You can not have any sort of roll. This will work, no problem. You will whap the Duchess in the face with a frying pan, but the egg will be taken care of. Or you can make we'll call it a fight roll, to try and not damage the Duchess as you do this. But if you fail, who knows what happens?
Yeah. Sometimes you got to make omelets.
So you're just going to clock the Duchess. All right, make me a sanity roll. Let's see how you feel about that.
Oh God, Birds of Paradise, not a 76. Oh!
Inspiration? Does that work?
49.
You can inspire that.
Yeah, let's inspire that.
Spend all your luck.
Yeah, or alternatively.
I mean, I could try again. God, these dice are terrible. Let me just try.
Hey, you take those words out of your mouth. I will not have a word said against Birds of Paradise.
47, I made it.
Yay!
All right, so you're surprisingly okay with clocking the Baroness in the face.
100%. We got to do what we
We're
got to
not
do.
clocking the Baroness. We're clocking.
The Duchess.
Oh,
He's gonna find you, man.
Too many S's. The Duchess is not my favorite Twitch user. The Baroness is my favorite, and I will not have a word said against the Baroness. All right, you deal a glancing blow to the dental work of the Duchess. There is an awful noise as she appears to swallow the egg. And she lies back down.
Oh, this is gonna be
Again
worse.
unconscious.
All right, I think I got this, guys. I'm like, I take a batter stance. I'm like, I'm ready for the next one. I don't think I could do this all day.
In context, that might be my favorite quote of the game so far. Oh,
What happened to that egg? Was there an egg?
Yeah, it was coming up, and I just smacked it straight back in.
What happened to it?
I don't know. It's probably back in. I'm sure she'll try and throw it back up again in a couple minutes, and I'll just hit it again.
How many of those things do you think she has?
I don't know. I mean, again, we got to just throw her overboard. There's no end to this until we toss her overboard.
I'm genuinely starting to agree.
My 40 sanity is finally making sense to somebody.
I mean,
Whatever you want to do, I don't care.
Because I can't sit here all day and all night unless we take shifts and we just keep killing eggs that comes out of this lady.
At some point, the egg doesn't come out. Does it hatch inside of her?
that is an excellent question.
I mean, I don't know much about biology, but how do you hatch something in your stomach? I know that's not how babies are made. This is what I do know.
I know that's not how babies are made.
I was going to say, Emma, has anyone had the talk with you?
She's Catholic. No.
Kind of. I mean, but I don't think like you just throw a baby up out of your stomach.
No, that's not at all.
So how do birds do it then?
Nope. Walking on past that.
I'm serious.
How many people are staying below deck after that?
Speaking of birds, Andrea of the Burbs, the mother of Birds of Paradise, gives me one inspiration because I rep the dice. I defended them from
Fine.
slander.
Freya, darling,
What's that
sweetheart.
code again?
The code is chaotic at Birds of Paradise. The best
Stop
dice.
helping the GM. He doesn't need the help. He's got your
No.
dice.
Exactly.
Dice you will ever roll. I guarantee it. Or someone else will give you your money back. That's probably not true. Don't. All right, so we leave downstairs as Emma is just perched over the Duchess, ready to bang her in the mouth with a frying pan.
Phrasing.
I do have a question. Is Rupert still down here with us?
Yeah, when you hit the Duchess, he asks if he can try.
I was like, you can, when I get tired, it's your turn, Rupert. When you see that thing come onto her lips, just
The
smack it back
translator
in.
is less a fan of this action. And he's
know-
like, so are we going or not going? Should I go back to work?
Go back to work, fella. It's fine.
He starts like pulling papers out of the satchel again.
Hey, Rupert, did something happen to this large woman while you were out at sea?
I beg your pardon?
Why is she
Look,
throwing
I
the
didn't
egg?
touch her, man.
Did you
I
see
took
something?
the pearls, but I didn't take the pearl, if you know what I mean.
I genuinely do not care one way or the other. Did anything weird happen out at sea? Something that might cause her to be throwing up eggs.
No, God, if she had, I'd have had an omelet. That would have been great. We were starving on that thing.
What boat was that?
We were on it was a cruise ship. We were taking a cruise from Bombay to Macau.
What's the story with these pearls, Rupert? Are they actual pearls?
He'll go into his pocket and he pulls out a beautiful string of pearls.
I know pearls. Do they look like
They are
pearls?
100% like very expensive pearls. There's a gold clasp.
Yep, I would have worn something like that on stage.
Were there some fake pearls you mentioned? Something about...
Well, she's wearing the other set.
Is she still wearing those?
Yeah.
Any of those missing?
I'm sorry?
Are any of those pearls missing or something?
I mean, you can check the folds on the back, but I'm not going to go there.
That's fine.
Can I touch the pearls once? Do I feel or hear anything?
They are fake pearls. They are a very nice strand of fake pearls.
We have to figure out how. Well, I mean, we don't have to figure out, but somehow Penhew is in the fat lady.
Why? How is Penhew involved? Do you know?
Oh, sorry. He told me that he was going to delay the ship by a day. Forgot to tell you that. Oops. Sort of skipped over that detail. In between walk-in, spider eggs flying forth from a lady in a frying pan. I don't know. Just weird things have happened. Screeching, noises, halting, gorillas and ropes. Just details sometimes escape me.
Or what exactly did he say?
Right.
Well, Joan actually had way more to say, which was far more entertaining. But essentially he said that he'll be waiting for us and that he needs another day. And so I suspect that he's giving us fun things to play with for another day, which is why we just need to throw her overboard, turn the boat around, get out of here.
Where are we going?
As soon as you say, "Where are we going?" an alarm siren starts to sound on the boat. We'll go back to decks. Alarm siren has not sounded yet. Joan, you are running to the bridge. There's a very confused ensign whose job it is to not let people on the bridge that you just blow by.
Yeah.
And Taro is on the bridge talking very heatedly with the captain. In Japanese, obviously.
Yeah. It's so, psst, Taro.
What?
I know.
Well, he says something to the captain and he comes over.
It's about the ship. Yeah.
Yes, the ship has stopped. We are aware.
Right. My guy's down there right now. There's some goo around the propeller, and he wants to try to cut it off. So can you make sure that the propeller, everything is stopped, all the engines are stopped, so he doesn't get hurt when he tries to undo it?
What is goo?
Oh, it's like tofu is stuck around it. It's something sticky around it to make it so it can't spin.
So you wish us to stop all engines?
Stop all engines so we can clear it out, and then you can start again.
He goes to the commander and he says something, and the commander looks at him and is like, and is clearly not a fan of the idea.
But we're not moving anyway, so.
But then Taro seems to pull rank, and so the captain gives an order, and you hear the sort of the incipient engine noise that exists constantly that you've kind of gotten used to is gone. Like it quiets down. You notice, Flint, when you go back down, that after about 30 seconds of sort of examination, the slime, whatever it is, kind of stops vibrating.
All right, hacky.
All right, so you're going to start cutting away at that. All right.
I'm watching. 20 minutes yet?
It is 20 minutes. And you hear from the other side of the ship, so the bridge has a gantry-way all the way around. You hear someone on the other side of the ship yell into the bridge in Japanese. He yells something with a hint of hysteria to his voice. And the captain immediately yells something, and a warning klaxon
I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna run out to that guy so I can see what he's seeing.
Okay. So you run over to that side, and you've seen a lot of things in your life. You have never seen a tidal wave before. There is a massive black, like, this is not ocean water, huge wave just roaring towards the ship.
Oh, we got to get downstairs.
And the sailors are starting to lash everything they can on the decks. It's chaos.
Right.
There are 3 guys who are just running around yelling at sailors off the bridge, trying to get stuff going. So what are you doing?
All right, I'm gonna run to where my buddy is with the rope.
All right,
and I'm gonna start kicking the rope so he gets that wiggle.
Make me a Constitution roll.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of cardio in here as you.
Oh, I got a hard 21.
Nice. It's no problem. You have run the length of this boat now several times. You run to the edge of the boat and you start kicking the rope. All right.
So, yep.
Downstairs, you hear the klaxon. And you hear pandemonium outside, out in the halls.
So Donald and Emma are pretty busy, like focused on the Duchess at the moment. I'm gonna go and like lean to see if I can figure out what's going on without getting my head taken off by a sailor running past.
All right. So as you start to lean out, someone is slamming your door shut. You see, like, sailors, they are closing every door in the hallway.
What the hell?
A guy, he just yells at you in Japanese and like kicks it. If you try and stop him, he like kicks at you as he's like closing the door.
I'm gonna back up. I'm honestly going to back up a step because I don't know what he's saying, but I also don't know ships.
All right, so the door slams and you hear it like it's being sealed, like the spin to like pressure lock it is happening. And that's happening. You hear ka-tung, ka-tung, like doors all the way down the hall are being closed.
Maybe they found the other spider egg.
They're sealing things up. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, but they're sealing all of the doors down here.
Grab a hold of something. Who knows what's going to happen?
Rupert looks up. Are we trapped in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
For the moment, yes.
I'm going to make a sand roll for Rupert after you say it that way. He's surprisingly okay with that.
I'm going to go find something solid to hold on to, just in case.
So all of the 3 tables in this room have been turned into beds, basically, but they are bolted to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to sit on one of them and just like hold on to the edge. And if I feel things start to move, I'm going to readjust.
Okay. Donald, what are you doing?
Are the bunk beds also bolted, or are those movable?
So the bunk beds are not. They were brought in as part of this.
I'm going to grab part of the wall structure.
There's 2 bunk beds, and then the 3 tables have been made into beds.
Okay. So part of the superstructure in the wall, where the iron beams are, I'll just brace against some of those.
Okay. Emma?
Yep, and the Duchess is on what? She's on a table bed?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just like grab around the leg of one of those. Also, the half gave us 500 bits for blaspheming the dice.
Nice. Wait a minute. That's not nice.
That's for me.
I appreciate Hef and his chaotic neutral self.
Hef is the evil moderator. So all right, so that's what's happening down there. You're all bracing yourselves. Flint, make me a luck roll.
No.
All right.
I rolled the dice for you. I attempted the roll. I'm not saying that I. Anyhow, go on.
You refuse.
To re-roll that, what's your luck? What's Flint's luck?
20?
It's
I know
Flint.
Silvano's is bad, but I don't remember Flint's.
Flint can't be killed by this.
Yeah,
Don't stress too much.
I'm immortal.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
I just like the idea of Flint swimming up and being like, what's going on?
Boom.
Oh,
You don't notice there's a small movement in the rope, but you don't notice it because you're too busy like slicing.
but am I able to tell? Because sound still somewhat travels underwater. Did I hear
little bit.
those
You
alarms?
definitely hear like there's like some noise coming off the boat, and the engine has clearly stopped. Like the motor has clearly stopped.
Yeah, can I, upon at least hearing the alarm, swim up?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and that's when the tidal wave will hit. So you, Flint, you break the surface right as this black wave of water, but it's just this horrible black color, smashes down on the ship.
Oh, Jersey expletive.
That might be your expletive here. Although I think we used expletive a few episodes.
Yeah.
This is better. Joan, make me a strength roll.
Hold on to that rope and the railing and
Nope. Should I re-roll, guys, or what?
Might want to use some inspiration on that
I
one.
think
Yeah,
this would
if
be the
you're-
time to not be lost at sea in
Yeah.
a wave of what is clearly not water.
I can't even do enough luck to fix it.
All right.
Bad.
So, you were holding on for dear life to the railing where the rope was, but this wave just hammers you, and your hands are torn off of the railing, and you slide all the way across the boat and over the edge of the boat. You are not the only person this happens to. A number of sailors also find themselves pouring over. There are screams and chaos and horrible things. The ship is listing with the force of the wave hitting it. Everybody below deck, make me let's call it a dex roll. Emma, because of the Duchess's potential bludgeoning damage, you have a disadvantage die to this roll.
Okay.
Ooh, critical success in +6.
Nice.
Hard success.
Nice.
I missed, but it's not a fumble or anything.
Are you okay with missing?
I think so.
Might take bludgeoning damage.
You have agency here, Emma.
My question is if I roll it, well, here's the thing. If I say no, then I use my other dice, right?
You're going to re-roll everything.
Ugh.
So you'll still have the disadvantage.
Yeah,
want-
that's just inviting fumbling.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I was like, if I couldn't take my other dice, then couldn't take the first roll. Yeah, I mean, I've got one hand in a frying pan. It's reasonable that I wouldn't make it.
All right. You take 4 points of damage as you are engulfed by the Duchess. The Duchess flips over the bed that she was on and just flops right on top of you.
I want her to be spinning in slow motion and an egg to pop out.
God damn you.
I love it.
So I'm sorry. I'm evil. I'm sorry.
The
You're
two of you
cinematic.
made your rolls. Rupert fumbles his roll. There is a sickening crunch as Rupert is upended and his head hits a bulkhead, and there's like a crunch sound. The translator.
Oh.
I'll use I'll use inspiration for him.
Okay.
Would you like to use some of my? I'll use one of my inspiration for the.
Okay.
I want him to survive. All right, there he goes. He survives, but he takes a lot of damage for him.
Crap.
He did not enjoy that at all.
But I'm able to like hold on and like ride this wave out.
Yeah, you and Donald have no you both easily hold on. So let's see here. So Flint, you crest and the wave smashes down on you. And for the second time in your short immortal life, you feel like your neck and many of your bones being broken by just the concrete wall of this wave smashing onto your head. You are driven down into the ocean floor with like alarming force.
The rope's not that long.
And and you are now the rope sort of starts to pull you up, and again you feel your body like knitting back together slowly but surely. This time you're not drowning, which is a bonus. Make a spot hidden roll.
Don't make
Slightly declined to succeed on that.
All right. Joan may or may not have just swished by you. Joan, so you have been pulled underwater by the undertow of this tidal wave, and you are scrabbling. Make me a con roll.
Yes, just 45.
Right, so, what is your con?
45.
Okay, so I'm going to add 4 to this die. You have that many rounds to get back up to the surface. I'm not going to tell you how many, but you know it's at least 4.
4. Okay.
So make me a swim roll.
Oh.
I told you we had to save these for the somebody's got to swim home roll.
You were completely right.
I got a 0-3.
A 0-3,
Yeah.
outstanding.
That's more than hard. That's ultimate.
So you are
Ultimate.
swimming up. You can see like light kind of up there, and you are swimming towards it.
Towards the light.
And because with a critical success, I'm not going to decrement the die. So nice. Make me another swim roll.
Oh, I just missed it. I can do a couple luck.
You could, or you have inspiration.
Yeah, but I'm so close.
I'm all for spending luck.
I did 29.
Would
I
you like
rolled 29 out of 27. I'm going to take the 2 luck.
All right, you spend 2 luck.
Because lucky. It makes me lucky.
You have made more progress towards the surface. Make me another swim roll.
How soon until I'm back together?
Longer than you want.
This one I did not make.
All right, so you are
Do we want to then?
you are trying to swim up. Oh wait, yeah, you could use inspiration if you want.
Do you want me to do that?
How much do we have?
A lot.
We
Hang
still
on.
have 5?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We've got like 12 left.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't fumble though.
Please.
I did not this time. I got an 04.
Very nice. So you start to swim up, and like a crate from the ship is like blowing past you, and you just you see it in time and get out of the way, and you swim up, and you feel like you are very close to the surface. So make me one more swim roll. Hopefully just one more for your sake.
Six. I did not make that one.
Okay. Do you want to use inspiration again, or do you want to?
Does the ritual require words?
Yes,
I can't.
Yeah.
it does.
I can't drown to death, so I'm like,
Yeah, no. What do you guys think? One more?
How close are we? Or how close are you?
Well,
feel
4
like-
rolls.
You
I
feel
know
like-
there's at least 4 rolls, so I'm almost, this is the last one. Maybe, but he rolled something out other than that.
I mean, we got 11 now. I say go for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I fumbled.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Those
my.
great.
Okay.
Where a sailor hits you.
Okay. So,
Jersey expletives.
all right. So, you are really close to the surface, and you think you're getting there, and from below you, a sailor just grabs your leg and like pulls you down to push himself up. He's just like, nope, I'm getting out of here, and he drags you down. And as he does this, you kind of go woof, and you take in a little water. So you feel like you should make this next roll. So make me a swim roll.
I did not make this roll, guys. You let me roll
Okay.
again?
Yeah, and it's either
Yeah.
Do or die.
Maybe not die. But
Well, yeah, you know what I mean, though.
I would say do.
all right. So
Not close enough.
you
Instead of making a swim roll, you could make a grapple roll.
So you will take 4 points of damage as you are starting to take on water.
Am I back together, and can I start looking for Joan?
I mean, you don't really know that you need to be looking for Joan.
Well, there was a giant tidal wave, and I don't think she was tied down to anything.
Sure, you can start looking for her. You're mostly back together. So
Okay.
yeah, make me a spot hidden roll.
Regular success.
All right, yeah, there's a number of figures way up there, so you can start swimming towards them.
Okay.
Yeah, you start just going towards them. I won't need any rolls. And as you said, you can't drown. All right, Joan, make me a swim roll.
So close.
28. Okay, I'm going to take another luck.
All
because
right.
I need it.
So you break the surface and you inhale. The air has never tasted better. And as you inhale, you start to look around for the ship. And there's a panicked second where you don't see it. But then it is that ship is really far away. You have no idea why that ship is that far away. You must have been thrown a great distance, and the ship is not moving. At that point, Flint comes up behind you. You see a wet gorilla break the surface.
Flint, you're here. Oh, dude, that was. Oh, I thought I was done.
Pretty. Yeah, we're out here. This is you didn't die though, right? Oh, that hit me. No, I'm well done. Well done.
So you actually hit you? I just got pushed off the boat.
No, I guess I came up at just the right time.
Yeah, I was trying to get your attention because I'm still doing this. I was trying to get your attention so we could, because we could see this coming.
So, should we doggy paddle back?
So you'll make it back to the boat.
I'm hanging on to his fur.
Joan, make me a con roll.
Okay. I missed by 1. I'm really thinking about pushing my luck because I need this.
I love it.
I
I love
we
it.
use luck. We use it. Remember, I didn't make my luck roll.
So no, pushing your luck is different than spending luck.
Oh, yeah.
Pushing
Okay.
your luck. So here's what we're checking here, Joan, and you can tell me how you would push your luck.
Yep.
We're checking to see if the water and corruption and grossness that you just brought into your lungs is going to have any sort of long-term effect on you.
Okay.
So, maybe this pushing your luck is representing, an excellent vomit when you're like,
Yes.
you spit out a bunch of seawater and stuff like that. So,
Yes.
all right, with the push your luck, make a roll. And don't fumble or Flint's getting it.
This is a swim roll, right?
No, this is a con roll.
Oh, okay. Then I'm good. Then I'm way good. I got my swim roll, 27.
So you will temporarily, you lose 8 points of con.
Okay.
As you have an ugly cough and
-8.
salt water in the lungs. So below decks, the ship rights itself. The Duchess is laying on the ground moaning. Rupert is kind of gasping. There's like a sort of weird heaving noise. And the translator is just saying ow a lot as he's under a pile of papers.
I'll take a look at Rupert then. I'll go see if he's okay.
And
Oh, man.
I'll go do first aid on the translator.
All right. So yeah, you can make a first aid roll. You get to Rupert and he is struggling to breathe. It looks like his neck is broken. All right, you give the translator. Oh wow, that was very good first aid. The translator gives. Yeah, Rupert is like struggling to breathe, like gasping for air.
I rolled a 95 on my first aid, which is not a fumble.
It's not a fumble.
It's not a fumble.
But that's what.
But you almost finished the There's
Put your finger in the hole.
There's a very dark moment where Donald's just like, I should put him out of his misery, and then you're like, I can't do that. But
that's exactly where Alexandria's head went.
But so you are faced with the horror of this man's neck at this horrible angle, and with that roll, make me and the minute where you're like, maybe it's better off to kill him. Make me a sand roll as you consider murdering a semi-innocent man.
All right, a 45 success.
You're surprisingly okay with that. Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, would have been the first time.
First aid is not going to cut it for Rupert.
Can we get some help from him? He can't breathe. Is there anything we can do? Something's wrong with his throat. We can't help him.
You can try and make a medicine roll to see what could possibly help him.
1% chance.
Roll a 1, man.
Roll it. You never know.
40. No.
Or just spend a lot of luck.
Nah.
No.
All right. Yeah, you break necks. You don't know how to fix broken necks.
I'm gonna go check on Emma in the midst of all of this because the translator was what I was more immediately concerned about, and now I know Emma's hurt.
Emma has managed to crest from under the Duchess, and is there, and the Duchess is still in her fever. She seems to be just lying there.
I mean, I'm not going to try to put her back on the bed. That seems like a fool's errand. And I wasn't raised much of a fool.
Yet
Emma,
here you are.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, fool's errand run all over it. Yeah.
Emma, how are you doing?
Not great. This lady seems to have busted me up a little bit.
Can I do a first aid on her?
Yes.
Cool. Oh yeah, 13.
Oh, nice.
That's Hard success.
Hard success. Emma, you get 3 points back.
Okay.
Ladies, can any of you help with this fellow? I can't help him. Anyone wants
We should have the translator call for Mr. Translator, can we pound on the door and call for medics?
Wrong
speak
language.
Japanese. I speak
one-
Chinese.
Oh, I don't know. I mean,
Well,
That's
and-
offensive.
Oh goodness. There's no one down here who would hear us, who isn't also trapped inside of a hole like this. I'm gonna come over and have a look with Donald like crouched down next to Rupert.
It is a terrifying sight. His eyes are wide. He is not moving any of his extremities. He is aware of the fact that he cannot move and that he is super struggling to breathe.
I think he broke his neck.
He is terrified. He is, yeah.
Yeah, the angle of his neck agrees.
I'm gonna pound on the door. Isn't there some sort of international help code or something?
And that's exactly what Emma thinks. Isn't there
Help?
some international help code?
Like,
I mean, you could open the door. You're not like locked in.
oh,
I thought
thought
they
I-
looked good.
So
yeah.
you have a you
Oh.
can also open it on your side.
okay, let's open the door.
One-way doors are a really bad idea on a ship.
Just be careful. We don't know the situation in the hallways.
Yeah.
I've got my frying pan.
You open the door, and it is clear that they did not get the external doors closed in time. There is about ankle to shin deep water that, when you open the door, starts to come over a little bit the lip of this door, there are bodies all over the place. There are people who are just starting to get up, but there are people who will not get up. This whole thing is a mess.
Yeah, that's certainly. I'm gonna look around. I don't know what sort of thing in a galley would be big enough to use as basically like a backboard, to try to get this guy onto a backboard and move him somewhere where he could get attention. I mean, in the back of Alexandria's mind, it's like there's nothing we can do for him out here. He's going to die. All we're doing is prolonging this, but she also recognizes that other people aren't going to agree with her.
So you find you jury rig something out of cutting boards.
Sure. Oh
That-
yeah, a good size cutting board would do it.
Yeah, that get him, he's still breathing is like a major pain right now. Like he is struggling every breath. He is scared.
Mm-hmm.
And like his eyes are like twitching. Like they're blinking a lot. They're like constantly looking around. He can't turn his head. So he's just like looking around, and every once in a while he'll make a little like huh noise. Huh,
Yeah.
Huh, huh.
So I don't want to move his neck, but I do want to secure his head down to the backboard as best as possible, so to keep it from breaking any further. Sorry, this is Tiana the medic coming through.
Yeah, make me a first aid roll. Let's see
Sure.
if Alexandra the medic comes through.
My first aid is surprisingly high. Oh, 06.
Yeah. You paid attention in back in neck injury week in your first aid class. So yeah, you are trying to like immobilize his head and get that taken care of. That seems to be working fine. Flint and Joan, you swim back to the ship. Some bedraggled sailors have like dropped. There's a ladder over the side that men are climbing up, and you are able to climb up.
Finally putting that climb to use.
Yeah, you have no problem. You can probably clamber up the side of the ship.
And you're just holding on to me, right?
I'm holding on. I'm holding on to Flint.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah, you both make it up.
Let's see
and,
how the others are doing.
You look around. The deck of the ship has been ravaged.
My hammock?
Your hammock is gone. Like basically everything that was on the deck is gone. Like all of the extra supplies, a bunch of stuff that was up there, things that had been moved up here because they were using that space to hold men. A bunch of men are gone. This is a disaster scene. This ship has been hammered. The bridge was hit hard. There you see a couple of the panes in the windows have been cracked. And one of them is like knocked out. There's like an open window now there.
And I'm not even going to ask about the rifle that I worked on taking the guard off that was near my hammock. Not even gonna. We're just gonna.
It's.
And then the rest of the ship too. The rest of the ship. Poor ship. Poor ship.
Now belongs to Davy Jones.
The fishy people have it now.
We should see if we can get downstairs and see how the crew is, or our crew.
And at that point, Emma and Joan, you both hear again Penhew. He says, there's more where that came from. Tomorrow. I'll see you then. And that's when we're going to go to break. So we will be back just as soon as 6 people can use 6 bathrooms. Welcome back, internet friends. If you're just joining us, we had a tidal wave hit a destroyer, as one does. Some people died, some things were said, some eggs came out of large women's mouths. It's a Saturday. It's a good Saturday. So there is a sort of a montage of kind of regrouping scenes as the ship's doctor will take poor Rupert and try and help him, but it's not going to go, just not going to go well for Rupert. The ship has been ravaged. They've set up a triage on deck. The engine is still not running. The bridge is shattered. Everywhere you look, there are everything has been like thrown off. In the room you were in, the galley, like all the pots and pans have gone everywhere. There are, some number of the crew are dead or missing. They're still trying to figure that out. There is a constant alarm sound that's going off as they try and get the ship back up to snuff. The captain is outside of the bridge just yelling at people. I never rolled for Taro. Taro wouldn't be hurt by anything like this.
Nah, too petting.
And the Duchess seems to make a sudden recovery, and her fever is gone, and she has not vomited any eggs that you have seen. She does wonder why she has a bruise on the side of her face.
Must have been that tidal wave.
Yeah.
And she keeps asking where Rupert is.
That fellow was hurt pretty bad.
Oh no! There was a tidal wave.
Right.
In all my years of ocean voyages, I've never heard of such a thing.
What was it that caused your boat to sink, though?
The boat was torn apart. We must have hit something, a reef.
A reef tore the boat apart.
Something.
Well, we hit something, and then a wave came, and here we are now.
I may never get on a boat again.
Are you still on my back?
When we get down to the room, I will come down off your back. But I'm still like standing next to you. You know what I mean?
Is Flint able to get down to the rooms? I thought the causeways were too small.
It's cramped, I think. I think I just didn't want to be down there.
Right. You didn't want to sleep down there,
but he has to like sidle in everything.
So I couldn't stay on his back while he came in.
No, that would have not been fun.
But I was like right there.
Yeah. Yes. And you all notice that Joan is like waterlogged. This is the proverbial sad, wet dog. Even sadder is the sad, wet gorilla next to her.
Well, if you are all okay, I'm going to go back up and try and help look for any survivors.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go up and see if I can help with first aid or anything.
How did you do with the propeller?
Yeah, because I think that's more important because Penhue said that he's going to send another tidal wave tomorrow.
Or something tomorrow. He said
something. I mean, I'm sure his snooty ways would not duplicate the same tidal wave because, how, and then I'm trying to think of like a British fancy word, like how dull, how droll. Yeah.
How very gauche.
Pedestrian.
Ooh.
How douche.
Only a common pleb would use a tidal wave twice.
Exactly.
Well, I think it was redundant.
The second tidal wave's just gilding the lily.
But yeah, I'm going to go up to the deck and help with stuff as best.
Your help is much appreciated. And yeah, Flint, you help like fish people out of the water. You help try and get what supplies that are still floating above water. Alexander, yeah, you will help with first aid. That's great. Both of you for helping will get back 2 sanity.
Oh, yes.
Good job.
Your sanity is so low and so.
You have no idea how much I need that.
Where did my pencil go?
Yeah, the boat is still unable to move. You hear every once in a while, you hear the engine start back up.
I can go to Taro and tell him what the status of the propellers are, and I'll just do dives and try and chip away at it and come back up after I've helped with fishing people out.
Okay. You're gonna need Joan to cast the ritual again?
Well, not if I'm just doing passes at it, right? I go down for a minute,
okay,
and come back up.
Yeah, sure.
The spell was more for if there was something down there, I was gonna have.
So I'm gonna make you an offer. You can do it that way, and it will take longer.
Yeah.
With the ritual, you can do it much faster.
I mean, it depends on how things are and how Joan is feeling.
Yeah.
Joan's not feeling great.
Well, then let's let Joan rest.
Okay. So night falls on the ship.
And I set up hammock number 2. And I start working on rifle number 2.
So you spend several hours just hacking through this stuff. And every once in a while, you'll stay down a little longer just because, you can't drown, but you really don't like the feeling of, not drowning. It is not a fun feeling.
And I'm assuming too that if I think I can get one kind of close, I'll come back up, have them check the engines to see if they can get it turning, if they could just rip it off or not.
Okay. It so far that has not been the case.
Okay.
So, at night, you see the navigator is trying to figure out exactly where you are. He's got his sextant out and he's working on that. So the 3 of you that aren't helping, are you just staying down in the room? Is that?
I do want to try and go talk to Taro.
Okay.
I'll stay keeping an eye on everybody, the Duchess, and also on Joan.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to the translator guy, because I need something for my brain to do so my body won't just crap out.
He's happy to have the someone talking to him because he's a little freaked out about all this. Emma, you find Taro. He's very busy. Yep. He's on the bridge, trying to keep the captain from scuttling this whole mission.
Well, look, we've got some problems. You think that was bad? He knows Penhew, right? Or at least he knows. He
doesn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, because the snake attacked.
We got attacked by Penhew.
Yeah, he met Penhew.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Penhew had basically said that he's going to do this again. That tidal wave and all that destruction was him. I think it has a lot to do with the fact that we took that lady on board, She was burning a high fever and she was throwing up these eggs, and the eggs were little skeletons. And one escaped. One is free on the ship, from what I can gather. It went down the drain, so it's someplace around here. And then the tidal wave came, and then he basically telegraphed that he will do it again tomorrow. We've got bigger problems than people being washed off the boat and the mission being 1 day behind. We're sitting ducks.
Your gorilla friend is working to free the propellers. Are you suggesting that once we're free, we not head to Grey Dragon Island?
I'm suggesting that we get out of here as soon as possible. And even if the propeller isn't free tomorrow, there's going to be another incident. So we need to prepare for. I can't even think of what it would be next.
How does Penhew know where we are?
He's got ways.
Yes, he seems to be a man of mysticism.
Mm-hmm. He definitely is.
Taro is giving you some serious side eye here. He's aware that you are not, that there is a lot not being said here.
I'm too tired to say all of it.
So, but again, we should make best possible speed to the island and begin the assault, right?
I mean, if you think it's best with the number of people that we're down, again, that's not my biggest concern. My biggest concern is living through tomorrow.
If we,
if we make it through tomorrow, I think we should reevaluate and do some calculations. Listen to me, talking numbers and logic and stuff, doing some calculations to see if taking the islands is actually feasible after, potentially what will come tomorrow and what losses we may incur.
If we retreat, will he still be able to do that to us?
The question is, does he have reason, or can we feign the fact that we've suffered too many losses, we need to go and regroup?
Well, I mean, I could try radioing him, but I don't know how to communicate with him.
And what would you say if you could communicate with him?
Well, how will we tell him that we are retreating?
I think he has ways to understand. I mean, how did he figure out where we are in the middle of the ocean and send the tidal wave?
Getting a bonus die on this one. He continues to get. Yeah, he didn't roll quite well enough for that, but he continues to give you side eye.
You have inspiration.
You know what? I'm going to use an inspiration. Yeah, that's a great idea.
How does the Duchess get to use her inspiration?
Okay. For the swim roll when I'm paddling on her back.
Yeah, Taro will look at you and he will just flat out say, "You are not telling me everything."
Well, yeah, no kidding. I mean, where do you want to start with everything? I mean, seriously, how much do you want to know? How much are you willing to believe versus can we just deal with the problem at hand?
How does Penyu know where we are?
He's a magician.
If he is as powerful as you say, why did we even attempt this?
We assume that with your forces and marshaling a couple other potential allies that we could have taken the island.
And now you're revisiting that.
The only reason why I'm revisiting it is the fact that we're stuck.
And do your allies know that you're stuck?
At this point, no.
And what are your allies doing?
I honestly can't remember because that was 2 weeks ago.
As far as you know, the New China Front is assaulting the island.
God, they might be doing that like right now. Oh.
Yeah, so as far as I know, plans are still processing going forward.
The captain of the ship wishes to turn around. The ship has been damaged.
Mm-hmm.
In my estimation, we still have enough firepower to level that island.
If we can get there.
Yes, that is true. How did Penhu tell you that this would happen again?
He's communicating psychically.
Only with you?
No, with others.
That's concerning. Do you think that Penhu is tracking us through that communication?
Most likely.
We're about
Did
to
he
get
communicate
Jonah.
with anyone?
That I don't know.
If we get this boat moving in the next hour or two, I believe we are about a half day from Grey Dragon Island.
Mm-hmm.
Do we continue the assault?
Let me confer with my compatriots, but I just essentially came to warn you that if we sit here for 20 a full day, we'll incur more damage. He'll send something else.
If we return, we will need to return to a Japanese Navy base.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. I'm on a Japanese ship. I can't just roll into Shanghai.
Yes. Well, very well. Confer with your friends. Your words, your collective words, carry a great deal of weight in my decision making. The captain also carries a great deal of weight, and as I've told you, he believes we should turn around.
I understand.
Now that I know that you have allies who are probably in great danger right now, my thinking is that we need to assist them.
Mm-hmm.
But again, your words will carry a great deal of weight.
Okay. So I go back downstairs and wait for everybody to come back together.
You are all together down there.
Okay. I talked to Taro, and he said that they do believe that they can get the boat moving again within a half day. The captain, I did let Taro know that Penhew does have means to probably track us by communicating with us, and that he will send something again within 24 hours. The captain wants to turn around, but Taro gets the distinct feeling that we should not. And I just let him know that we would decide collectively if we choose to continue or retreat. Something also that he said that I found interesting is that he feels that he has enough firepower on the ship still to take the island.
Did he indicate how close we were to the island? How far? How much time?
Was that another?
I think it was about 4 hours.
4 hours, yeah.
Yeah, no, from what I remember, Amy, he said that we could probably get the ship going in about an hour or two, and then it would be like a half day to get there.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? How long till we get there?
You'd probably get there mid-morning of the next day.
Less than 24 hours, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have to go forward.
I think we need to do it. We need to get this guy.
Yeah.
Why is everyone looking at me?
It's Zoom. We're just looking at boxes.
Yeah, that was in character. Come on. Look, I don't like it. We are outmatched and outgunned, as evidenced by it. But I also don't think that we can make the odds any better in our favor at this point. What else? If we go back to Shanghai, what will we pull on? What could we do?
Oh, we can't go back there. There's an awful woman there.
Well, that's close. We've got to see this through.
The Duchess takes umbrage at when you say awful woman.
Oh God, can you imagine though? I mean, it's a terrible idea, but there isn't a better one. So onward, I suppose.
Okay.
Because I mean, if we go back, what do we do?
Well, on the way back, he'll hit us with another tidal. That's for damn sure.
Well, if he sees us as retreating, maybe he won't. Maybe he'll get the distinctly triumphant British thing and
No.
Either that or he thinks we're weak and he'll still go after us hard.
I don't think he would. I think he would be more like a cat batting around an injured mouse.
And then our next attempt, when we come back the second time.
What would we bring that we don't have now? As far
Stealth.
as
A plan.
Now that
a plan maybe, but I mean, as you pointed out to Taro, Emma.
Yeah.
I don't think we have the option of stealth. Full stop.
And I want this out. Thank you very much.
Sorry, for the podcast listeners, we're all pointing at our heads.
Yeah.
Yes.
they all want lobotomies.
You know, in the
We could
20s
Faraday. Yeah, I was like, we could Faraday cage our brains.
Oh no.
Oh, the Migo would be happy to help with that.
That I suppose at the end, because I mean, we can't come back with stealth because he has a direct line into your heads. We can't come back with more forces because who would we pull on? And going back, we might still get wiped out. So the situation is terrible, but I think we have to see it through.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
Great.
Stay the course.
Okay.
Stay the course.
All right. So long story short, I just let him know that we move forward as fast as possible.
Taro is very gung ho about that, and they get the engines up and running, and you are underway shortly. They estimate that you will be at Grey Dragon Island 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. He looks at you with a little bit of like a crazed look in his eyes. I suggest you get some rest. Tomorrow will be a glorious day.
They've got booze on this ship, right?
They have sake.
We brought some as well.
That is booze.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the ship is very dour. Like when it gets underway and it doesn't turn back, the mood on the ship gets really not great. Anybody going to do anything before we get to the island?
I'm going to get as drunk as a gorilla can get.
I'm going to try and get more first aid from the medic guy.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody will get 3 more points back.
Okay. Thank you.
Everyone that needs it will get 3 more points back.
Yeah. I'm
before.
I'm good.
Because I actually can't record damage on the character sheet because it doesn't go high enough.
Just write on your monitor screen. Just take a,
pen.
Yeah, that's. Oh, it was 3 damage. I had 3 damage before. Did I take more damage from the tidal wave? Compensate the 3 damage that I'm healing now?
Yeah, you're still at 3 damage.
Still 3 damage? Okay.
Alexandra, you had something you wanted to do?
I'm gonna find a quiet-ish corner of the deck, tucked away in kind of a corner, and drink some wine or whatever I can find, and watch the stars, because it's like, possibly the last night on this earth.
All right.
I think Donald will join Alexandra.
Okay.
I will too, but not in the same. I'm just drinking. I'm gonna make myself unconscious.
It's about 1 a.m. Everybody make intelligence rolls.
Not sure why.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody?
Ooh, hard success.
All right. So Emma missed. Everybody else made it. All right, Emma, make me a luck roll.
Ooh, my luck's terrible still. Ooh, yeah, 14. I definitely am lucky today.
Nice. All right. So there's a weird unimind thing that happens for everyone.
Okay.
As about 1:30 in the morning, you're all in various stages of enjoying a lovely beverage or beverages. And you all just sort of meet all at the same time in your head go, hey, whatever happened to that other baby?
Mm-hmm.
I looked for it. I'm pretty sure it turned into goo on the propellers.
And at that point, Emma,
Mm-hmm.
you, where are you drinking? Are you drinking?
I don't know. Yeah, outside maybe.
All right, so you're kind of sitting by yourself on the deck.
Mhm.
All right, so you made the luck roll. So out of one of those hook vents that ships have that I have no idea what are for, and I'm out of one of those, you hear that running baby noise.
I look for my frying pan and can't find it. So I'm going to take my bottle begrudgingly in lieu of my frying pan and go up to the vent.
All right. You come up to the vent and make me a sand roll.
Baby spider eggs, here we come. I don't know, 46. Do I make it? No, I miss it.
You've got inspiration if you want to use it.
I think yes, because your sand is pretty good.
Not if she missed it with a 46. It's not
Better than mine.
Okay. Should we inspire?
Yes.
Yeah, do it.
Okay. It's not better, but it's not a fumble. It's 51. That's fine. Everything's fine.
so.
That's still an aiming.
You lose 2 sanity as you like poke your head over, and you see a small, maybe the size of like a small child, but it's a skeleton. It's a human skeleton, and it is gnawing on the arm of a probably drowned corpse. It's just sitting there like just.
So I'm just curious. I scream and whip the bottle of liquor at it.
Okay, make a throw roll.
Is that under T?
Yes, it is.
Your knowledge of the alphabet remains unparalleled.
Near the end of the list. It's the second from the end.
Okay, I'm just like, what in the? Oh, nice, 17. So I make it.
All
I
right.
don't think
Yeah.
it's hard success, but I make it.
You
Make sure to
wing
check
this
that
bottle-
off.
You wing this bottle at the poor Ray Harryhausen baby, and there is a crash, and let's see here. Whoa! All right. You like knock the head off of this baby. You just did 8 points of damage.
Holy shit.
You are drunk, so it is like your superpower.
Yeah,
There
that's
it
right.
is.
Like drunk sword fighting, so it kind of
Yeah,
works.
that's right. So you just huck this bottle, and the heaviest part of the bottle just crunches into the jaw, and there's this noise. And the small child looks up at you almost sadly, given that it has no eyes or anything like that, and then it just crumbles into bones.
Do we hear her scream? Because
Yes,
we're up on the
you hear
deck.
You hear Emma scream.
We are all staring, waiting for a reaction from her from what she has just done.
No, I'm like, at this point, I'm watching and I'm looking for a lighter.
You have a match.
Get up. Let's go
You
see.
have a match.
Yeah,
Yes.
like when I hear Emma scream, I'm bolt upright and moving in that direction, already drawing a dagger.
When you get there, you see Emma trying to burn bones with she is flambeing bones, and it's not really having much of an effect, but the bones are not moving.
What
There is the skeleton of a
What is that?
That's the spider egg thing. I'm assuming that alcohol would let this thing burn, but it's not burning very well, and I just keep flicking matches at it.
We might need some of the sake for that.
It's not that strong.
The skeleton is not moving at all. There's also the removed arm of a Japanese sailor that has bite marks on it.
Something smells good over here. Oh.
I'm just gonna look at that and then with the toe of my shoe carefully nudge it overboard because no one needs to see that.
All right.
That would be much more disgusting if that came from Silvano and not Flint.
Are you nudging the bones overboard as well?
I'm going to wait on the bones because the arm was just its food as far as I can tell. So
Right.
I'm waiting to see what happens with the bones because it came from somewhere, and I'm sure that we all are thinking, those of us who had the intelligence mind meld, oh good, but also, what if this thing comes back together?
So yeah, there is there's the horror movie moment where all of you are like standing over these bones for an uncomfortably long time, just like if it moves, kill it.
Okay. Yes.
And that's about like 5 minutes, and the bones do not move.
We would just smash these and move on.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, yeah, you
Press a heavy metal box and just
like turn them into bones.
yeah, you start pulverizing these bones.
I'm just
they
drinking
have
and watching.
You could do this just by picking it up and squeezing really hard.
It's on fire.
No, it's not. She's not succeeding in lighting it on fire.
There's fire around it.
I'm just burning the alcohol off of it, basically, is what's happening.
It's near Emma. Of course, there's fire around it.
I mean, you
Fire
could
on a
probably
boat.
use the ship's boiler if you really wanted to.
Ooh.
If I get handed something, I'll just pulverize it. Like a
Yeah, I'll like retrieve the skull out of there and hand it up to you.
Just start smashing the skull against like a steel wall, and it pulverizes pretty quickly.
I'm almost upset that I didn't get to look at it, but
And let's just like sweep the shards off of the ship.
Yeah. All right.
go back.
The skeleton has been dealt with, and the Baroness, the Duchess. Gosh, dog it. The Duchess does not have any more. She doesn't seem to have any more episodes.
That's good.
wonder if they were induced.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as soon as I'm sure that things have calmed down a bit, I'm gonna look at Donald and then head back to the stargazing spot and be like,
right. Yeah. So the next morning dawns with the courage that only hangovers can bring. There are bowls of rice and some broth for everybody, and you see in the distance Grey Dragon Island. It is a smallish island. It's kind of like if Angel Island didn't have any trees and was a terrible place to go. But it actually it looks like it kind of slopes into kind of a point. And I mean, you know that there's a volcano there.
It's an evil island.
It goes without saying. So Taro will tell you that they'll be within firing range of their main guns in about 20 minutes. And is there any reason, he asks, to not just fire at will?
Yeah, potential friendly fire.
Yeah, we should take a look at the island with our binoculars or whatever telescope you've got on this boat.
Who are the friends that on this island?
An American fellow and some resistance fighters he's recruited.
They have a tank.
Recruit resistance fighters.
Right.
I note the pregnant lack of answering that question.
There's some Chinese resistance fighters. I don't remember what they're called, but our fellow Brady is his name. He's basically
Jack Brady.
That's correct. Yes. He's duped them into working for him and helping him out on this invasion.
You induced the new China front to assault this island?
Why not?
End of the world, right?
He gives the captain an order.
Let's watch how this plays out.
I think we'll open fire.
I have.
And yeah, sure enough, about 10 minutes later, the destroyer broadsides to the island and just starts blanketing it with fire. Kaboom, kaboom, kaboom.
Should we mention the potential of... Never mind.
Anybody who wants to can have field glasses.
I do.
Yeah.
So as you're watching, it looks like you see a bunch of people getting very far away, getting blown to pieces by guns. You don't see any structures on the island.
Those people.
There definitely seems to be on the beach. There seems to be a mass of people, but they're super far away. You just see like a mass of figures, and they are kind of just standing there.
Do we see a tank anywhere in the neighborhood, or perhaps a vessel that's pulled up near that isn't us?
You don't see any ships.
And the massive figures, are they wearing any uniforms that look familiar?
You're too far away.
Can we pick up general color if it matches?
It seems like they're wearing, I mean, there's like bits of white and black.
That could be cultists.
Is that giving to us those colors?
Not really. I mean, you never really saw the new China Front uniforms, if they even have them. It does seem like it's people in street clothes-ish.
They could be cultists, but
could be ours.
And so again, you're seeing like bodies just kind of like flying up into the air from this.
They're not trying to move out of the way. They're just standing there.
That's right.
God, that feels so cultish.
Wow. Is it a toy? Can you tell if they're, I mean, I'm assuming everybody's kind of thinking about this, and I poke Flint. I was like, can you tell if if they're just standing there, is it a decoy? Like, are they even people?
Well, they could be ours, and they're under some sort of spell. Like maybe I kind of think we should have taken a small boat and gotten a little closer to see what the situation was before just opening fire.
Well,
but here we are.
Did we know that they were? I remember something about an underground place as well, right?
We were told that no structures were ever observed on the surface of the island.
And so we assumed things were underneath.
In the volcano. We're assuming evil volcano lair.
Isn't that how it always goes?
I wonder if we can get them to shell the volcano itself. I wonder what that would do.
We did tell the new China Front to show up on a particular side of the island, right?
And we told them to be a little bit later than we would be, but we're also behind. So
yeah.
But we don't see a tank, and that's something massive. We would see that.
You feel like you would see a tank if it.
Yeah, and as we're talking, they're still shelling the island.
Now remember, you are not circling the island. They are staying right where they are because they see the massive men on the beach, and they are just blowing away those guys. There's a side of the island that is essentially sheltered.
I'm okay with this.
He says questioningly, "Are you sure?"
I'll have to get closer to take a look. We can examine the bodies when we arrive on the beach and then decide if we're still okay with it.
After a couple minutes of bombardment, they cease fire. And they all start, like the captain and Taro have field glasses, and they're looking. And there are just a beach full of bodies.
Should we circle the island?
Well,
yes, because this can't be it.
No, because I have a feeling that they would indiscriminately attack our other allies. And I'm almost wondering if we should have them hang back and if we should go and do some initial scouting.
We need to take some of them with us.
Do we see any other targets or potential targets?
They're looking to conserve ammunition. So once there were no targets, they stopped firing.
Do they have a smaller, like a motorboat or something that would be faster for doing a pass around the island?
Yeah, we have a small skiff, yes.
Do we want to do that? See if we can spot any other structures? Do we have binoculars?
Field glasses. Nothing big.
Proper.
Proper
No,
day long.
I do like the idea of taking another boat or something around so we could see what else there is.
There's no risk with it whatsoever.
Let's
No.
do it.
So much risk.
Then definitely let's not bring a radio back to the main ship where Taro can come rescue us as we go around the backside and find that that's actually where everything is for real. And this was just a ploy.
Okay, no radio, no life preservers.
100%.
Anything else we want to make sure that we exclude as we do this?
Fill the boat.
Definitely no. Yeah, no survival kit, no food, no.
This is the first aid kit. Get this off of here. It's going to slow us down.
No ammunition, no grenades.
No
And
grenade.
don't bring a bicycle.
Emma just loads the boat with fireworks.
Okay, so in actuality, there will be a radio, there will be a first aid kit. We are bringing explosives, and there is a bicycle.
Absolutely. Yes.
So
I say we bring some more firearms too, the guys.
Taro asks if any of you can pilot a boat.
I think that
What do you think the bicycle is for?
Oh God.
I've learned not to ask those questions.
Probably.
That was a good question. Can anyone pilot the boat?
I have a little bit of navigate, but nothing
What about
else.
drive?
Wait, is
Just
it
drive.
navigate or is it pilot?
It's pilot.
It's pilot.
Pilot.
Pilot's even worse. Pilot. Well, I was just thinking I have a little navigate. I don't have any pilot.
No, I have navigate. I think we need a pilot.
Yeah, drive auto won't help. I got good at that.
I can send a man along. He will not speak English.
What are some major keywords that we need to communicate?
Stop
What's the
and
word
go.
for retreat.
I will give him his orders. This is a reconnaissance mission. You are not to set foot on the island.
Sounds good.
Good.
So
I'm in.
grenade launcher.
What's the word for danger should we see something that is dangerous and need to immediately turn around?
He will turn around. You can, if you scream, he will get the idea.
Okay.
Perfect.
Attempt to do
so-
a test screen once we get a little ways out, but
Do not. I will show you.
You, Flint, you definitely tax this poor little boat. So there's some shifting around of other
all sit
people on
in
the
front.
boat,
Yeah.
as Flint's on one side, everybody else on the other.
I figure I try and balance in the middle because if I'm too far in the back, if I'm too far in the front, it's all just gonna.
So yeah, you will peel off from the ship, and you get about a mile from the island, and now you can see, when you look with your field glasses, you can see the charnel that is that beach, and you see the bodies of maybe 100 Asian soldiers.
So we think that they were ours?
They're all wearing like street clothes. There's no uniform or anything like that.
But
Then how do we know they're soldiers?
Do we think they're on the? Did they have?
There were weapons.
Okay.
Did they have? Oh, my brain shut down. Never mind.
Everybody who is looking with field glasses, make me a spot hidden roll. Let me know if you get a hard success.
I got a critical success.
No,
10 out of
I
16.
did not.
No, just regular.
Regular success.
All right. So, Alexandra and Emma, while you are sort of scanning the field, you would swear that a couple of the bodies move and start to, like, they don't stand up or anything like that, but they, a couple of the bodies definitely shift.
Do they look like the throes of people who are in the process of dying, or does it look different?
No, it looks different.
Does it look like what Flint does?
Oh, that's an excellent question, because we've seen that.
A tiny bit. Yeah, a tiny bit.
I'm going to reach over and put a hand on Donald's shoulder and say, I don't think they're dead.
What do you mean they're not dead?
Or
These could
they're
be decoys.
they're doing what Flint does. They're undying.
I'll take a better look with my glasses. I'm trying to
Undead.
see what they're saying.
All right, yeah, you will notice that they are definitely, starting to like compose themselves.
Oh, yeah, that does look familiar.
Do we give glasses to the pilot? And
Oh, let's not spook him. This is just reconnaissance.
okay. I'm just saying,
Keep
I don't
going.
want them to start swimming because they
We're
can't
gonna
die.
go around. We're gonna go around.
All right, so you are now coming around the island.
Right.
And yeah, you will come around the island. As you come around the island, you will see more men who have a shambling kind of motion to them.
Oh, we've seen
Oh,
it before.
that we've seen. That I've seen at least.
A very familiar motion to anybody who was in Peru.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, not all of us. But yeah.
Not all of you were in Peru.
No.
Yeah, like Alexandria goes white.
And as you come around, you find a cove that has a bunch of scuttled, like destroyed ships, like small craft, one larger boat, and you catch sight of the tank. The tank is moving, but it the tank is moving. Anybody that wants to can take a closer look at the tank. Your choice.
Yeah, take a look.
Is the tank piloted by zombies?
Yep.
I can't tell.
Let me know if you get a hard success on a spot hidden.
I'm sorry, hang on. Supposed to
Regular.
roll.
Regular.
And honestly, I think my sanity thanks me for it.
Did anybody get a
I don't
hard
see it.
success? Okay, so the tank, the tank is moving around. It seems to be operating. It's not firing on anything or really doing anything. It's just kind of patrolling. It seems like.
I think we lost our other allies.
How? What happened?
Magic. Awful,
Yeah.
awful magic.
I happened, and sitting in your boat is Sir Aubrey Penhew.
Is he tangible?
Whip
He is
around.
not. So, all right, make me a fight roll, Flint.
Come on.
Hey, it's not just a dex roll to grab him. Darn.
So you're pouncing, right?
Yes, a pounce roll. No, I'm a little short.
All right. So
We're pouncing.
Pounce
Yeah.
away.
Actually, the chances of it being worse, I mean, unless you really want me to.
Go for it.
I would love
Do
a
it.
fumble here.
Do it.
I mean, well, the chances of fumble are only like 4%.
Going in the hole.
Those are famous last words.
Whoa, but geez, A for effort. Just a 91 that time.
Oh, all right. So, all of a sudden he says that, and Flint, just faster than any of you can think, leaps right at him with this animalistic growl, and he goes right through him, and like smashes down to the front of the boat.
What's we roll to capsize?
Yeah, I'm grabbing onto the side of the skiff because I'm not going over.
Yeah, I'm not going overboard again.
Penhew says, "I'm glad you left that boat." And the pilot is freaking out at this point. In fact, how much is the pilot freaking out? Oh, the pilot is freaking out. You are heading back to the ship. He makes a hard turn. Penhew just said, thank you so much for the natural resources to create a new army of Karasiri.
Oh.
And now, thank you for leaving that tomb that you were in, because I have a present for each of you, because each of you have caused me a great deal of pain. And he like like he coughs and you can see like a little blood.
Oh, not me.
My gift to you is that you are going to survive today. And you are going to leave here knowing that there is nothing you can do to avoid what will happen in January. And you will have to live with that knowledge as I bring about the dawn of the elder gods. But you won't be taking that back. And as he says this, you have come around the island, and there is the destroyer. It's about a mile away. And in front of you, did you ever, when you were a kid, read those books that were like, here is something, like they would take like a spaceship and take it apart, and you would see a cross section of the entire thing?
Mm-hmm.
That happens to the destroyer right in front of you. As just every single piece of it, every individual piece of the destroyer starts floating in the air apart from every other piece. You see almost 150 men fall into the water immediately. The pilot is surprisingly holding it together.
My hammock?
I'm looking for the Duchess, like with my binoculars. I'm like, do I see her?
Well, that is lovely. You cannot miss her. She is a major lump in the water. And the boat is pulled apart, and it just floats in the air. Every single piece of it apart. You thought that technology could do anything to the power of the elder gods? You brought me all the sacrifices I could need. I created this army of Karasiri. Now, I have more sacrifices. And come January, when the eclipse happens, the Dark Sultan will return. The Pharaoh will bring the darkness to this world, and you will live the rest of your short lives knowing that there was nothing you could do about it. And that is my victory. And as he says, that is my victory, like the image that you're seeing gets distracted for a second. And all of a sudden, the image that you're seeing, there's nothing like this in the 20s, but there's that hologram kind of thing that happens with him.
Glitches, yeah.
And then you hear him say, Stanford, what are you doing? And you hear chanting. And you hear Stanford's voice say, yes, a sacrifice is required. And you see Penhue's head pulled back, and a knife just goes across Penhue's throat.
I'm watching with professional.
And Penhue's body slumps, and Penhue's head remains. And Carl Stanford brings Penhue's head. All I needed was a sacrifice of sufficient power. I give you your freedom. Never return here. He drops the head and everything fades. And you are now alone in the South China Sea in a motorboat with a pilot who does not speak your language and is really trying to figure out what the hell just happened. He's like rapid fire Japanese, just trying to like understand, and he is motoring towards the remains of the ship.
Yeah,
which are still floating in the air.
Oh.
And people are all.
And there are people all in the water there.
Translator?
Yeah, that was my question, is did somebody bring the translation with us or the scrolls with us?
No.
So
Nope.
we had better move very fast.
Yes.
What that guy?
We need to get him especially.
All right, so he's motoring back. there's no way, like, this boat will get swamped as soon as it gets close to there. So
Yeah.
are you the sort of people that can boot sailors off of a boat to only save the people you want to save?
I mean, physically?
I was asking more emotionally.
I mean,
and there's
you know-
we have no other way to save them. There isn't anything
We
else.
have
There's
a
no
radio.
pieces.
We have a radio and a first aid thing and a bicycle and some explosives. So we could radio somebody an SOS. Just I don't know how to
Do
do
it.
any of these things, but
Do it.
I
Do it.
can
Do it.
jump off the. I mean, I'm assuming that there are life preservers and potentially other
Yeah.
life rafts.
There are
Everything
other
just
boats. Other
And
boats.
I can start
Every-
trying to get people to those.
no. Everything just exploded, right? Everything just went into pieces.
Well, but it's all
Sure.
like quivering.
The ship did not explode, to be clear. It was simply torn apart to its component pieces.
It was disassembled rather gracefully,
That's a
actually.
great way to put
Right.
it.
So there's no more boats or anything on it.
Well, we don't know that.
Could
It's
we-
not like the life preservers were all disassembled. We can find life preservers and try and match them up with sailors.
What the ruins
Okay.
of the old boats? They're in the cove around the corner. Can we use
Yes,
it?
but with a hell of a lot of Karasiri around it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And
the islands.
Outside, Penhu's dead.
I'm sorry.
Well, he gave us her freedom.
as long as we never came back.
Oh, Emma and Joan, both
Yes.
of you make me pal rolls.
Uh-oh.
do I want to make it?
Don't know.
Really?
Well, I don't because it's a 73 again. What is with that number?
Yeah, no, I didn't make it.
All right. So you both, when retconning this, I should have thought it's Penhu dies, and you both get like a shock. And you feel something being severed from you.
Oh, good.
I'm assuming it hurts though. It's not like, oh,
It's
good,
not
severed.
great.
It's
Yeah,
more like,
it's not great.
Yeah, but oh, good. I'm. Yes. Ow. Thank you. Ow.
It's a good kind of pain, like a broken limb being snapped back into place.
Yes.
All right, listen. If we take this boat in the mass of all those men, the boat will all swamp this boat. We have to get something else to bring them. We need to get life preservers.
Yeah,
wood,
we can stop
raft.
short along the edge, and I'll jump out. And
Well, we have to get our guy to stop.
How are we gonna get him to stop? He doesn't understand English.
No, our guide understands English.
No,
No, it doesn't.
This
They're
guy.
talking about
This
the
guy.
driver. They're talking
The
about
driver. I'm gonna see if he'll.
Oh,
I'm
you know,
going to mime.
I
Stopping.
picked him
Stop.
up.
Stop.
I
Oh.
pick him up and I stop.
All right, you pick him up, and
I was trying to mime, but that works.
so he's no longer has a hand on the throttle.
Yeah, I slow it down.
He is even more scared now that a 1-ton gorilla has picked him up.
Yeah. Well.
Shh. It's okay. It's okay.
That doesn't help, surprisingly.
All right. I wasn't one of the people who had, was looking out and things like that. Is there any way I could have picked up maybe how to drive the boat a little bit?
Sure.
I'll try it. So I'd like to do that. So
Yeah, you can
Faster, slower. Faster, slower.
slower, but then
do
steering.
any sort of maneuvering. We're gonna need to make some rolls, but
Yeah.
you know,
But
for
I'm
basic piloting,
more.
you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. More stopping because Flint's got the guy. So we'll just stop the boat and.
The pilot is like looking at the rest of you, not at Flint, pointedly, and is like saying something in hysterical Japanese. He's scared.
Yeah. No. And it's like. We need another boat.
Listen, can we salvage anything from those boats that were in the other cove? There were many boats over there. We must be able to salvage something we can use.
I mean, possibly, but we would have to get up there and try to get them off of the beach while there are hordes of shambling Karasiri immediately in there. And I'll tell you from the last time I dealt with Karasiri, no thank you.
Yeah.
See,
How dangerous?
a monkey.
Karasiri aren't human, right?
They're not.
I might be able to do.
They were.
They were. Operative word being were.
That's actually a really interesting question. I don't
We're in Castle can take
I look forward to finding the answer out.
So stage 1, let's get as many flotation devices to people that we can, especially find Taro so he can communicate to the rest. If there are boats on the other side, we might be able to retrieve. However, there are zombie things on the shore. So, Taro!
So you aim the boat towards the now mass of humanity that is just, there's a lot of the best of humanity as people are like trying to help each other, and there's a lot of the worst of humanity as people are just like, I got mine, get away. There's one guy who is on found something that is floating, and he is holding on to it, and like other people try and come up, and he's just elbowing them and just trying to keep them away.
Can I put the pilot down, jump in the water, and start?
The pilot would love that. The pilot would love that.
Get him in the back of the boat or away from the steering.
Hopefully someone else is towards the front, and I'm going to jump out and try and organize stuff.
I'm steering.
Okay. You jump out. It is, how are you going to keep...
the first thing I'm looking for a flotation device that isn't being used, even if it's just like wood or something, and then I'm just going to try and match it with people who look like they're struggling. So
there is some wood that's floating around. There are some people in life preservers. There's no lifeboats or anything like that. They clearly did not survive the...
And I'm shouting for Taro, as he can speak English, and he might be able to communicate that they're...
Okay.
If I can tell him that there's boats on the other side and that he can communicate that to others, then it's, wait here, we can get you boats.
So again, I'm going to ask you the unfortunate question. There are, let's see here.
At least 100 people hung in
there. There are 10 Japanese sailors who are trying to climb in your boat.
I jumped out of the boat. I don't have to deal with this moral dilemma.
Okay. How many people can we get? We had a Flynn. Now we don't have a Flynn in the boat. Can we let a couple people in the boat?
Yeah, it's a 1-ton gorilla, so I think the boat can take more people now.
Yeah. You don't know how many more people it could take.
I'm going to let these guys on.
Question. There's also a surface area question.
All right. But these guys who are right there on the boat, I'm going to let them on, and then I'm going to back out.
All 10 of them?
Let's try. We'll see what happens.
There are 5 guys. There are like 5 more guys who are swimming pell-mell for your boat.
I know, but we're going to back out. We're going to back out, and
all right. So you pull the 10 guys up.
Yep.
Flint, you get an arm on the boat as you start to back away. The 5 guys are just screaming as you are pulling out.
Oh no! I was swimming. Swimming towards. I don't have an arm on the boat.
Oh, okay. You are letting go of the boat. Okay.
I left. No, I was leaving the boat, finding flotation devices of any sort, and trying to
get those guys. Get those guys, Flint.
And I'm looking for Taro.
Okay. And so you are just, the boat is going to sail away from.
Well, I think it's motoring away, but
motoring. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. The 5 guys like try and swim after you for a little bit, and then they just give up, and they're like, they're sad. You are Flint, make me a
dice roll. I'm gonna roll some dice.
I want a spot hidden roll to find.
Regular success.
All right, so you're not gonna find enough floaty things for everybody who's here.
Yeah.
With a regular success, you find Taro, who is trying to he has the captain is like folded over, unconscious, dead, who knows what, on a floating wooden beam, and Taro is next to him, and he's trying to get people's attention and yell, and it's not being very successful.
Yeah, I'm going to start explaining the situation, that going towards the island, there's zombie things. Don't go towards the island. There are some boats on the other side that we think we can get and bring them around, but it might take a while. And that if he can just get people to calm down and wait, that we can get people on boats. And maybe if he can tell them there's some sort of hope, that it'll calm some people down and they'll start thinking a little more rationally.
See if Taro can... All right, that's not bad. So yeah, Taro starts to yell in Japanese, and it looks like everybody that's kind of within the sound of his voice is doing pretty well. But that looks like maybe about half of the people that are out here. The rest of them, there's like a ton of people swimming towards the island.
Well, they're a lost cause, but if there's any that are just further out, I'll keep looking. I'll just keep at it until my friend's boat comes back.
Taro, by the way, is like transfixed at the destroyer above him that is still just floating there.
We'd love to be able to get them out of there. Can I drive around and, maybe we can help Flint find some more things, and I'll come back around to Flint.
If you're going to come near people are going to try and get in your boat.
Not to get back to those other boats.
If I see I'm keeping an eye out every so often for the boat. If it looks like it's coming back, I'm going to try and get further out so I can get on without the people.
You can easily, gorillas are not good swimmers, but when they don't care about drowning, it's much less of a thing. So you can easily outpace these guys and get.
I'm avoiding drowning.
Yeah, the goal is to avoid drowning. That is true. So you will make it to the boat. You don't think you will fit in the boat right now with 10 other sailors in it.
But I can hang on to it.
We have 10 new sailors to get new boats.
Yes.
So the pilot is talking to the 10 sailors, and you're a little uncomfortable with the way they're looking at all of you.
Yeah,
Although
they're going to try to.
Now that the gorilla's back, you're more comfortable.
Yes.
Because they now have a healthy fear.
Yes.
All right.
Should we go get the boats? Should we go get the other boats, guys?
I think you guys should keep a distance and all.
We need to put
the zombies swarm me and bring me down. It's not safe. That'll be the signal.
Yep, that'll be the signal.
All right, so you start to you're gonna like get kind of close to the beach and then just let him off.
We're gonna go over to where the boats were. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you get close to the boats, well, let's see. Yeah, a couple of the sailors are just gonna jump off and try and start swimming towards those boats.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll grab anyone that I can and put them back up and just give a horrible guttural growl.
A stay in the boat growl.
Yes, a stay in the boat growl.
All right, yeah, that will your growl will keep them in the boat. They think about jumping towards the boat, but you convince them otherwise. At least until you.
Well, I'm gonna I'll try and do some hand gestures, pointing at the boat, pointing at me. I will bring the boat here. You wait.
Angry gorilla. That is, that is.
I could translate. Yes.
I can translate.
Into human gestures?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I'm going to translate angry gorilla gestures into,
calm human gestures.
Going to swim and bring the boats back for us. Just wait. It'll be okay.
You don't need to make a psychology. They're just looking at you like, who the hell is rescuing us?
That's okay.
Right. Time to go get a boat.
Everybody but Flint, I would like you to make a psychology roll.
All right.
Well, your next Call of Cthulhu, you're all going to have psychology.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Actually made it.
Oh, she made it.
I made it.
Anybody who made it is a little worried that when Flint leaves, there could be a mutiny.
I've got my grenades. I just straight out pull one out and I'm like, try me.
Got your hand on it, and just like
fantastic. So
just sitting here like this.
And I mean, I see this as well, and I just like casually pull out 2 of my daggers and twirl them, and just like.
Fine.
So Flint, you start swimming towards the island, and as soon as Emma gets a sense that the 11 guys are like, there's 11 of us and 4 of them, the gorilla's gone, she just pulls out a grenade. And as soon as she does, like almost all of them just like fall over the side of the boat, and they're like holding on to the side of the boat, but they're just like very worried. And
he's got things under control.
And they will start swimming towards one of the boats in the harbor. They don't want to be near a grenade.
Yep, I tried.
So Flint, you are swimming up to shore. And now you're very glad the boat didn't come in, because it gets shallow fairly quickly. This is actually
kind of good.
Some of these boats have kind of come aground,
Yeah.
Or maybe the tide was higher. So make a spot hidden roll.
Is that tank coming for me?
Let's find out.
Spot tank. Nope. I'm focused on the boat. Which
That's
boat
fine.
looks easiest to pull out?
So yeah, you find a boat that seems like it's in okay shape. It looks like you're gonna have to get on the beach and push it out to get there.
I can't pull it.
There are a few shambling figures on this beach.
Go get him, Flint.
All right. I'm grabbing. I'm not pushing. I'm pulling.
All right.
That way, my back is to the water, and I can dodge if something happens. I don't have to run around a boat.
All right. So yeah, you start pulling this boat, and make me a strength roll.
Come on, fumble.
I know.
89.
All right. So you are pulling it, but it is taking a pretty good amount of time. And you see some of the Japanese sailors have now come up on another one of the boats, and they're trying to get it out to water. It's a much lighter boat. They're not going anywhere near the gorilla.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on them to see if any of the things shamble towards them.
So far, you haven't seen any.
Okay. Do I hear a tank rolling towards us?
You don't. You make a listen roll.
Please don't be chanting. No, just barely. Right. Nope. Focused.
Where you hear like screaming?
Immediate scream?
Not from the sailors. You
can't
swear that like from somewhere on the beach, you just hear like an anguished wail.
I may as well. Okay.
Why not?
I'll run towards it.
All right.
I would say that I have field glass now that the threat of mutiny is gone. I have field glasses up and I'm watching to see what's going on.
Sure. So you see Flint pull the boat out part of the way, and then he seems to like stop, and he starts to like gorilla up the beach.
I'm hauling. This gorilla's moving.
And it looks like if you like take the glasses down, he's heading towards the tank.
If I hear a tank, I will turn around.
You do not hear a tank. You just hear as you come around the boat, there's a dune, and over that dune, you just hear a person. It is a unending just.
I'll go as fast as I can.
All right, you crest the dune, and for the second time tonight, I will say that you've seen a lot of things, but you've never seen anything like this. Make me a sanity roll.
You should tell me what it is before you say that. You don't know everything about Flint. Oh God, that is not a success.
All right, you are going to lose 4 sanity.
Jeez.
The tank is in front
I've seen this before.
But this tank is organic. This tank is where there would be armored plates. It's like a carapace, and there's like skin between it.
I turn around.
And it is screaming. This tank is just screaming in constant pain.
No response, make no sound. I turn around immediately. Do not draw the attention of the flesh tank.
You turn around and you head back for the boat, very shaken by what you've seen. It puts a little pep in your step. As you're coming back, a Chinese soldier is kind of close to you. And when he sees you, his mouth starts to distend. And it just does this corkscrew thing.
Is there a rock nearby?
Sure.
I'll throw a rock at him.
All right, make me a throw roll.
Nope. 59.
The rock doesn't go near him, but he does not seem to he doesn't seem to care. Like he's just focused on you now, and his mouth has turned into this corkscrew drill.
Oh, run!
And he's just like coming towards you with his hands
Oh yeah,
out.
I'm moving.
Yeah, you are faster than he is.
But I will pick up another rock when given the chance because I'm taking
Sure,
him
yeah,
back
you find
towards
another
the.
You're not sure you will get this boat out to sea before he reaches you.
Oh yeah, I'll throw another rock at him.
Okay, make a throw roll.
Hit him eventually with a 95.
Ah, yeah, that's not going to do it. Actually, yeah, you throw it and it just hits him and he ignores it. Like it just bounces off his shoulder and he.
I need to find something bigger.
And you got a boat.
Like a tank.
Yeah, tear the tank apart. Hit him with pieces of that.
I am not touching that tank. You do not touch a tank that screams. It's the first thing they teach you
Okay. Yep. Do not.
when you're born. Your parents stand over you and they're like, never touch a screaming tank.
You know, that's just good advice for everybody.
Mm-hmm. I think we've all had that talk at one point in our lives.
Jimmy, have a seat. Yeah, this I mean, like I said, you're gonna get the boat about halfway out, and then this guy will be on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for a bigger rock.
Sure, you can find something, but you're pretty sure that it's gonna be pummeling that will deal with this person.
I'm gonna put that off just
Or
one more
avoidance.
time.
Yeah, sure, make a throw roll.
Because eventually, just a 90. All
We
right.
need to do, is this where, like, when he's on you?
Inspiration would actually be.
Yeah.
I'll take inspiration.
That.
And yes, I will take the 1.
Oh my gosh! All right, an 0-1. That is outstanding.
Damn.
So yeah, you just like shot put. You pick up a rock that a human could not pick up, and you just shot put it, and it lands on the thing's left leg, and the leg is just crunched under the rock. And this thing doesn't react. It's still trying to shamble towards you, but it's pinned down by the rock that is holding it in place.
All right.
So you get that boat out. The 10 sailors have gotten their boat out. This appears to be some sort of sailboat, and so they are rowing and sailing, and they're just trying to get out of here.
All right. Did the pilot go with them, or did the pilot stay on?
No, the pilot stayed on the boat.
Okay, because I think
He's got his orders.
all right. I'll try and. What kind of boat is this? Is this a sailboat?
No, this is like this is a small fishing boat. So there's like a small cabin with the stern, and there you could probably get 20 people super crowded on this boat.
Let's have the pilot take the fishing boat. Right?
I don't know which one of these is harder. We'll ask the pilot with gorilla sign language.
Well, Joan can use this boat, so let's have him use the other one.
Can we latch this boat onto the boat and have it pull the boat over?
That's certainly.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can
Yes.
do that, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this boat is noticeably faster than the little or no, actually,
yeah.
sorry, the motorboat is faster.
Right. Right. So
All right.
let's lash it on and pull it.
Yeah,
back.
we'll get this over to Taro and then
Okay.
tell him that we're going to do another pass and have him actually give orders to the pilot to communicate what we're trying to do. Although I think the pilot's figured it out.
So you bring another boat, and people are going to swarm these boats again.
Well, let's loop.
I'll keep people off
Go.
with
Keep people off our boat.
force,
but
and I'm going to
everyone-
get this to Taro.
All right. So
Can-
you're throwing people off as they are trying to climb on your boat.
Well, I will give them a very loud, angry gorilla scream.
All right,
Also,
They can decide how desperate they are to
Emma's
get
got the does Emma pull out the grenade again?
Well,
well, I'm assuming we circle around and go straight for Taro. We don't like go through everybody.
yeah, because
All right.
we know where he is now, and we know
Right.
that the people around him are a little calmer because they heard his
Yeah.
orders.
But at the same point, gorilla growls would be very nice so people wouldn't come here. So
Yes, the gorilla growls are very effective for making.
Especially if I can get the spit spray going when I do them. That is always fantastic.
that is not COVID-19 safe, sir.
Oh, yeah. So you you can keep people off the larger boat. Like you can keep people off one of the boats.
Our
The other
boat.
boat is going to get swamped because people.
Well,
are,
so I thought Emma was on the first boat with the grenade, and I'm on the back boat that's latched on.
okay, that's no problem. So yeah, you are intimidating the hell out of Drowning Man. Congratulations. Taro is like when you pull up that other boat, Taro just is going to have everyone he can just hold on to the side of it. He's going to load the boat and have everyone he can hold on to the side of it.
I'm going to explain to him that I think there are more boats that we think we can get, right?
Probably.
Okay.
But,
I'm
but you're definitely like, there's definitely been some attention now.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get it.
We have to try.
Yeah. I think I'll try to get one more.
Okay.
So if you can just keep people calm, get the most injured people on this boat. Everyone else can hang to the side.
And if there's any way that we can get him to send some of his more capable people with us and tell them to pilot any of the boats that you shove off into the water.
Well, and if there's anyone,
that'll make it more efficient.
If there's anyone able, help getting these are heavy boats even for me. Help might not be a bad idea, but like the last group that we brought just took off. And we need people who are more organized and
so this is breaking down. Like people are just losing it. And the people who swam towards the island have started running into the Karasiri and started being devoured.
Yeah.
And now you see people swimming back. They're trying to swim back now, seeing the first wave getting devoured.
Yeah.
Taro has very little control over people trying to save these. Everyone is in desperation mode right now.
Oh, well, I brought a submachine gun with me. I'll hand that to him.
To Taro?
Yeah.
So he refuses to get in a boat until everyone else is safe.
Yeah, let's go get some more boats. Let's just go.
Well, and with 30 people out of the water now, there was floating stuff in the water.
Yeah, it's
It's
better.
starting to get to the point where people can-
There's still like.
I will pick him up and put him in the boat and explain that if these people are not organized, there's going to be more death. Like he needs to take control of the situation. He needs to be in the boat. Here's a submachine gun. Maintain order.
Why can't he radio for help? We have a radio.
Who?
I mean, that radio only was made to reach the destroyer from the motorboat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get some more boats.
Radio the island.
Do we have eyes on our translator guy?
You have.
Can we find him? Because I'd like to have him on our boat.
Make me a collective luck roll.
Luck. Who's been spending their luck?
I was going to say, hang on a second though. Lonely Yeti 312 gave 1,000 more bits for new dice for Flint, so we have a little more rerolls just in case.
No, the 90s are what add spice to life.
I see one.
I got a hard success.
Oh, yeah, that is a
3 successes.
07.
I'm trying to figure out if I think I got a critical.
Ooh.
No, sorry, ultimate. It's ultimate
No
now.
problem. You find
maybe not. I don't know. What's
Well, at least it's hard, right?
the exciting sequel to watching Amy do math. It's watch Nick do math at 9:30 at night.
Oh no, that's just a hard success.
All right. Well, so we got a total 2, 4, 6 successes. So that's great. Yeah, you find your translator, and he is like holding a satchel of papers like over his head.
Oh, I thought he'd be holding on to the Duchess.
You have not seen the Duchess.
Flint.
He's in a league with Penhew.
Yeah.
Well, let's get the translator and the stuff on this boat.
Yes.
Which is this boat?
Mine, the one I'm driving,
Okay.
the motorboat.
So the translator is now on the PC boat, and you're taking, and the other boat, the fish boat, now has like 30 guys hanging on it.
Yeah,
And
we
we
need
have
one more boat.
And we have Taro on the boat with us.
Fish boat.
No,
it's I put
fish
Taro
boat, the submachine
on the
gun.
fish boat, and I'm telling him to keep morale up. There's another boat coming. Have hope. Don't lose your minds and sink each other stupidly.
That message is very hard to, when the people who are not the 30 people holding onto a boat are not taking that message so well.
Well, that freed up flotation devices.
It did, not enough. Not enough.
right, well, let's go.
And
Let's
now
go.
you have people that are coming back from the island.
Yeah, tell them to tread water until we get back. Did
No,
we,
let's
did we
go.
bring
We're
people? Or did we get more people on this boat that are going to help bring another boat back?
Sure. Yeah, you have some people on here that are
All right,
going to
let's
do
go.
that. Taro tells them what you want to do, and they will go with you.
Sweet.
So as you're coming around the island again, you see an inlet on the island, and you hear and you see a familiar shape and a familiar voice as the Duchess is on the beach, and there is a Karasiri sort of like looming towards her.
Throw her a sword.
And she has a sword. And
Good.
she's slowly carving this Karasiri to pieces.
Yes.
I think not!
She'll take care of Stanford.
Probably. Just put
She's
her in the right
accomplished. We can go home.
Does
I think
count
we
as, like,
saved the
3
world.
sacrifices? Is that...
We've delivered the Duchess. She will defeat, as prophesized. I'm pretty sure.
No. I'm glad she's been keeping up with the sword.
Mhm.
She seems quite she is slowly carving this one poor Karasiri to pieces. So yeah, you will there is now a small crowd of Karasiri around these boats because they have become hunting grounds.
Get a little close.
Lance,
The rifle
oh,
is.
you.
Do we think we can pick some of these off?
Oh, I could take a couple, but there's a little too more than a couple. I think we need a large monkey to go take care of business here, my friend.
Oh, I don't want to touch those.
Just
Grab a boat.
I am so much better with the rifle. Let me pick a couple of these off.
Grab a boat, buddy. Grab a
So
boat.
you can totally. You both have rifles. You could just shoot them.
Yeah, let's thin these out.
You can before you go wading in. Goodness.
All right. So you, Flint, you line up your rifle, and you fire, and you take the head off one, and it just falls to the ground, and then the Karasiri just start walking out into the water towards you.
Yeah, Alexandra's like backed up against the far rail of the boat. Like we need to go. We need to go.
No, we'll just bring it. We'll just bring it along a little further. This is good, actually.
I'll go up. I'm going to back
So-
it up, back it up, back it up.
Yeah, back it up. Bring
At
them
this
out into the
point,
water.
The Karasiri are up to their necks, and they are starting to walk underwater towards you.
They can't drown.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take
Back it up,
around
back
a
it
little
up,
bit
back it up.
and go off to the side, and I'll do a little loop around. I'll swim in and start if they're off the beach.
If I die to Karasiri after surviving them in Peru, I'm going to come back to life just to haunt you.
Do they look like they're swimming or floating, or do they look like they stay along the bottom?
Right now, it looks like they're staying along the bottom.
Okay.
They might float or swim. Dude, we got to go.
Keep an eye on them. Yeah. All right.
So
I'm going to swim in and.
The person who's driving the boat is wanting to go. Usually, the tie goes to the person driving.
Yeah.
I mean, I've jumped off the boat and I'm swimming around to.
All right, yeah. So Flint, like with Jones, like we got to go, and Flint jumps in.
I leave the rifle on the boat because I'm not going to waterlog.
I'll take care of it for you.
The Japanese sailors are using your sign language to be like, "Go, go!"
I'm going to have a hell of a time getting a boat back there, but.
So you, as you said, the it seems like the diversion is working. You don't see any Karasiri as you come up on the beach. You find another fishing boat like the one that you had that is in pretty good shape, and you start to pull it out. Make me a strength roll again.
Oh, nice. Is that a hard success?
Well, I mean, it's not hard to get a hard success.
Hey, for me, you know how I roll? I'm pretty close to not having one, so.
You start to drag this thing out, and you've made really good progress. You are now waist deep in the ocean, and that's when you hear the screaming. And next to you, there is a small, like there's a small sailboat, and you hear
Flesh sailboat?
No, it's a regular sailboat, but you hear the scream get louder and louder, and you see a head, like it's a head cannonball basically shot out of the flesh cannon, and this head smashes into the sailboat and explodes.
How did it find me?
You're a gorilla.
I followed the Karasiri.
And you, sure enough, you see cresting the dune is that horrible sight that is a tank that has been somehow welded into a person and is just causing that person constant, intense pain.
I think that's one person.
I don't know. You don't know.
I know. That's not one person. I know enough.
Wow, this would be dating me. There was an 80s cartoon called Turbo Teen where the kid actually turned into a car, and it was terrifying because when he turned into a car, his mouth becomes the front of the car, and like the image of Turbo Teen turning into the car is just this beginning of like this like leering grin becoming the grill of a front car, and that's
cartoon
kind
body
of what
horror.
this tank is like.
Ugh. All right.
Cool.
Time to go. Flint.
Oh, you guys still around?
Yes.
Well, we've been backing up and
Why didn't you warn me about the flesh tank?
We weren't looking for it.
Flesh tank.
Always look for a flesh tank.
So
But that's a quote of the night.
Yeah.
So you are starting to pull the boat out, and
Is this completely obliterated, or is this just like the mast, or?
The sailboat is completely obliterated.
Oh well, all right. I let go of.
Despite the fact that the cannonball was like a human head, it was highly explosive.
But that's not the one that you're pulling.
That's not the
Yeah, it's not the one you're pulling.
You have a fishing boat.
Pulling another boat.
Oh,
everybody that is still on the first boat, make me a spot hidden roll. Actually, make me a luck roll. I like this better.
you're mean.
Seriously.
Oh yeah, super hard. I'm lucky.
Super hard. No, I'm just.
All right. Donald, Emma, which one of you missed it by more?
Let's see.
Luck.
15.
Yeah, more than that. Like the difference between 89 and 36 is what, like
That's
40
good.
something?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So, all right. So, Emma, you are. Everybody's kind of, there's an explosion. Everybody gets drawn to look at the explosion, and you look back and you see a white hand on the from the water grab the boat, and then a second hand, and then a third, and just hand, like all these hands start to grab the boat.
I thought you
That's where
guys
we'll end
left
tonight.
Why didn't you guys leave?
Because we had the guys that were going to shoot that have the boat, right?
I don't get an action.
You'll get it. You will get an action at the start of next episode.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the next episode.
We
Can I channel adrenaline with everything that's gone on to get this boat out a little faster?
We'll see. So,
wow.
so that is gonna do it for this week. Let's see. Our quotes. She can't be seasick. She's been on boats her whole life. I very gently reach into her décolletage. I forgot about that. Flint's doing something weird with rope. I think I got this, guys. I know that's not how babies are made. Oh, Jersey expletive. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think this would be the time to not be lost at sea. That feels so cultish. I'm okay with this. You do not touch a tank that screams, and always look for a flesh tank. I think always look for a
flesh tank.
A strong leader in the clubhouse.
That will certainly get us some interesting search results.
That's right. Yeah.
On YouTube.
But it's perfect, right?
I mean, you're not wrong. It's just going to be interesting.
It's interesting. Thank you so much for being here with us tonight. This was a great episode. There was a chance, depending on what they did, this would be a TPK, but they got Penhue killed, so that's something. So we will be back on Saturday. Don't forget, Monday it's episode 3 of Rick and Morty. The
one shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
One shot.
I knew it wasn't going to be a one shot.
Now it's a Rick shot, I guess. I don't know. And Tuesday, Tom, our very own Tom, is going to be running Cthulhu in space. Make sure you're there for that. If you haven't already, and if you haven't, why haven't you? Follow us on YouTube. You can find every episode of Natural One, of the Chaos Agents, of all of our board games, of the Great Dane Society. You can find the Duchess's very first appearance. And I think like episode 3. She showed up early.
She's on the first boat.
Oh, I thought she was in episode 1.
Yeah, I think she was on the very first.
Was she episode 1?
Because we met her. We met her while we were on the cruise liner.
She's been in more episodes than a couple of the PCs.
Right.
So again, Tuesday, it's going to be Tom running Cthulhu in space for the Chaos Agents. That's going to be awesome. Then we're back here Saturday to find out what happens with, I don't know, what's a wet version of a cliffhanger? A boat hanger?
A boat hanger.
A waterfall.
If you haven't already, like and subscribe on YouTube. Also join our Discord, a great community, all sorts of interesting stuff going on there. And I think that's everything. There'll be a new episode of the Untitled podcast somewhere in there. I heard from a little bird named Emma that there are some big names coming up on interviews for the Untitled podcast. Some names of designers of pandemics that you might have heard of that are going to be really exciting interviews. So look for that. And I think with that, we will see you next week. Goodbye, Internet friends.